Hello, and welcome to Culture Shocked, the pop culture podcast brought to you by four aging millennials and our outdated opinions. I'm your host, Mike, and with me, as always, is...
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. I'm Fat Gandalf.
Life is an endless series of train wrecks with only brief commercial-like breaks of happiness, and I'm Doug.
I'd say this episode is going to sound like an infomercial, but not a good one, like Slap Chop, more shake-weighty. Shit, did I leave the stove on? So, Ryan Reynolds made a huge announcement yesterday on the 27th, followed by an even better teaser today. Due to this, we decided to mix up our recording schedule and come at you with an episode all about Deadpool. How excited are you guys for this announcement?
No, I'm just kidding. I was in the middle of a yawn. I had to add that to it.
My excitement is this big, and for you at home, you can't see it, so you have to use your imagination.
I actually jizzed in my pants immediately, so it was good I was wearing my white jeans because I was in public, so I could not have been more fucking excited about this announcement. Like, they've been hanging out a lot lately, like in public and stuff, and Hugh Jackman's been teasing stuff, and there was even a post a little while ago, a couple months ago, that people were like, is he going to be in the MCU? And it was just really just a picture of him reading a script. It wasn't anything big. It didn't say Deadpool on it. Or didn't say Marvel or MCU or anything. People were just, being people.
People are people, so...
But I was dude, when he said I have nothing, I knew it was going to be a typical Ryan Reynolds, like he's being all thoughtful, and then it was going to be some huge surprise. But Jesus, I did not expect to see Hugh Jackman walk by.
I'd say I'm fucking jacked, man, for this movie.
Nice,
but,
nice.
I saw a clip the other day. It was from some podcast. I'm not sure what it was. It was just it was like a fucking TikTok video of Danny DeVito was being interviewed, and they're like, "So listen to this. The internet had in 2019 started a petition for you to be the next Wolverine, and it already has over 60,000 signatures." He's like, "So are you up for it?" He's like, "Fuck it, let's make it happen. Make me Wolverine."
I love Danny DeVito.
Would be all about that. I also want to point out that today on Twitter, early in the morning, afternoon-ish, John Krasinski shared the announcement with the caption, "Hey, is this our movie?" with a question mark. I think he was just referencing the movie him and Ryan Reynolds are doing together. But seeing as though he's in the MCU now, people are freaking the fuck out, including me.
He also he commented on Ryan Reynolds' Instagram post of the thing that him and Hugh Jackman did this morning.
Yeah.
He said the same thing. He said, "Is this our movie?"
Well, yeah, that's what it was on Twitter too.
Oh, okay. So he commented.
He just
that
shared
on
it and
all of
with
his
that
stuff.
caption.
Oh no, he actually commented on Ryan's post. So that's kind of funny. And I mean, those guys are really good friends too. And I know they share a lot of shit. Oh my god, the initial announcement, I was obviously super stoked for. Fucking Hugh Jackman walking by, and he's just like, "Hey, you want to play Wolverine again?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, Ryan." That was enough for me. I didn't need, obviously I need more. I need the movie. I want the fucking movie now. But I wasn't expecting another thing so soon. And then for them to do what they did this morning with that fucking thing, with talking about the movie, and they play the music over top of it, so you can't hear shit of what they're actually saying.
That was hilarious.
I
and
died laughing.
Jitterbug.
If Ryan Reynolds was in an all-male porno, Mike would have seen it 50 times already.
100%.
I'd have been in it.
Oh, funny story. This is real quick. So when these things happened, I shared them on our Discord group, and then Corey, shortly after, also shared them both times. And I'm like, dude, I just fucking shared this. And he said something, and I don't remember what it was. Like, listen, I hang on every word that Ryan Reynolds says, so I know it's there. It's ridiculous.
That didn't happen. I don't know what he's talking about.
That did happen. I said it.
Discord disarray.
Oh, wait. I didn't say that to you. I said that to Doug.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, because I didn't share anything.
No, you didn't share anything. No, it's when you guys were talking about hoping they make jokes about the shitty Wolverine movie.
Oh, yeah. If they better...
And then I said that he already made a joke. So
Yeah,
Gary made a
that's
joke by
true.
saying I couldn't keep my mouth sewn shut, and you said I didn't even catch that. That's when I said I hang on.
Yeah, I didn't. Fucking, I just want a scene where Deadpool goes to like dig up the body of Logan, but it's just that old shitty, like a Blu-ray of that old shitty movie,
That would
and then
be
Logan walks
pretty
up
funny.
behind him, and he's like, "What you got there, bub?"
Well, if they're even telling semi-truth about this being the earlier timeline and Logan is dead in 2029, they're not
Yeah.
going to go dig him up.
Deadpool breaks the fourth wall all the time.
It's true.
Yes, that's why I said
He had
if, though.
a fucking. There was a fucking picture of him as the Green Lantern movie in the first Deadpool movie, so I think they will do just about anything.
Listen, I was very careful about using the word if. Because Marvel likes to do that. Ryan Reynolds
Marvel
likes to do that.
if question mark
Even if nice. Even if they were being serious, what I get what Doug's saying, like they could still break the fourth wall and just obviously nod to the fact that they already know what's going to happen in the future.
Just Deadpool, like Ryan and Deadpool both look at the screen and just wink, and then they go back to the movie. Just it'd be crazy.
Mike, did you happen to turn on the captions when the "I Will Always Love You" song played
Yeah.
at the end? It was "I Will Always Love Hugh."
Yeah, that's why I
Whitney
played on the
Houston's
word
"I Will Always
earlier.
Love Hugh." It was perfect.
I will love you. Do the Jitterbug.
Wow.
I'm waiting for somebody to
I just-
strip that song out of that video, so we can hear what they were saying.
Oh, it's going to happen, but I mean, I'm
It's
sure
probably
everything-
already done.
They
There's already
probably
been
knew
somebody
that would.
read their lips, and it's not anything crazy.
No, of course not. I just love
They're
how
just
excited
saying
they
like,
were
"Oh,
acting.
we fought in this bar, and I stabbed him in the head." Ha ha ha! It's just stupid stuff like that.
It's probably all.
But it's a
gonna
funny
happen.
ass video.
Oh my god, and I love the logo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm super psyched about how the claws come in
Yeah,
and
me
makes
too.
a 3 across it. Like that's clever marketing for me. I mean, it's kind of a no brainer if you're gonna have Wolverine in it, but I mean, it's still clever marketing.
I've been saying since the second one came out that they have to get Hugh Jackman to do one more. Him and Ryan Reynolds are too close to not work together.
Yeah, well, for the longest time they wanted him for the second movie, and Hugh Jackman was hell bent on not playing that part ever
Yeah.
again. He's like, not unless Disney gets the rights to the X-Men, and it's an
He's
Avengers
been true
movie.
to his word, though. Like he said this, like literally the only reason he would ever come back is literally what's happening right now, and he's doing it. So
Yeah, I think that
I'm impressed.
He's always wanted to be part of the MCU.
well, I have to believe that the whole reason that he's coming back is they told him that he would be in an Avengers movie. So
Nah,
because
I
he
think
said
this
that
is it,
he said that was the only way he would return is if it was in an Avengers movie.
I think it's just for this. I think it's just for Ryan and Deadpool.
We'll see.
Honestly,
We'll see. Never say never.
I'm saying never, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Now, here's what I think could happen because they've already established in the MCU movies that there are alternate universes and some of the people are different. Like Captain Marvel was a different person in that second universe, in Earth 8, 7, whatever. I think it's possible that Hugh Jackman comes into an Avengers movie, but the new Wolverine gets brought over from his universe, a younger Wolverine, and then that one will be the new Wolverine going forward.
Like X-23 maybe?
I would actually
X-23
like that,
or just a different Logan, a different actor as Logan.
Hugh is clearly getting old. Like, let's be real. He can't keep up. Well, not keep up, but like the MCU needs a younger.
This is going to be his 10th appearance in a movie.
Disney has this magic of being able to make people look younger than they are.
That only
but
goes
his
so
body
far.
is still old.
Did you see Samuel L. Jackson try to play like a 30-year-old when he's clearly like almost 70?
Hey, he did. He looked just like he did. In
Exactly, and he moved just fine. I think Hugh Jackman would be all right.
Wolverine is a little more active.
Okay, yeah. Samuel L. Jackson just basically stood there.
He ran a couple times.
Oh, did he?
Wow.
He jogged 10 feet to the left.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. This is the Owen Wilson only podcast.
Owen Wilson's going to be the
God.
new Wolverine.
Oh, he's a little old. Jackie Chan.
I think that
I hope so.
with the way Marvel has been doing things, they probably would go the X-23 route, honestly.
I mean,
yeah.
it would
They're
be
trying to
sick.
bring all the new Avengers into this.
I think that'd be really cool.
in the comics right now, like in the comics for a long time, she was Wolverine because he was
Listen,
dead.
yeah, I liked her character in Logan. I thought that was done pretty well.
The problem is because they've established the timeline, unless they bring her back and have her just live in our present now, she technically doesn't become X-23 until 2029.
Right.
So they'd have to wait till like phase 6 or further to even bring her into it.
Well, let's be honest. This Deadpool movie is probably not going to come out till like what, end of phase 5, phase 6, right?
Yeah.
Hey, remember when they introduced the character Scarlet Witch, but she wasn't a mutant? Oh, right.
Yeah.
They can just change things if they want to.
Yeah.
Yes, but she wouldn't be X-23.
I know. I was talking shit.
Even if she was in the movie, she'd just be a kid.
In another universe where X-23 is already grown up and established as Wolverine and comes through the portal.
It doesn't even have to be a different universe if you're going to bring her back.
I personally feel that that's the only way they're going to be able to bring Deadpool into the MCU is kind of pull him from another universe. Like, that's what's going to make the most sense, because otherwise it's going to be, why the fuck haven't we heard of these guys?
Maybe after he's introduced into the MCU, they'll actually add his little part into Multiverse of Madness. He was supposed to go through like a world where Deadpool was there. Did you ever see that deleted scene? There's a deleted still of him going through one of the universes he goes through. Deadpool's on all kinds of billboards in New York.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
There's a still of it, and that painting of the what is it called, the fingers of Christ or whatever, where they're like touching fingers, the angel and
yeah. They put the him and Cable,
but it's Deadpool and Cable, and that's on a billboard when he goes through the one universe.
I wonder why they probably deleted it just because it didn't seem like it fit.
They deleted it because they want Deadpool's introduction to the MCU to be way more iconic than that.
Yeah, that'd be really.
They didn't want it to be
lame.
a cheap one-off like that.
That's fair.
So they just canceled. They just deleted it out of the universes he falls through.
They can do anything and it will make sense because it's Deadpool.
Yeah.
He could literally just start out the movie and be like, I'm in the MCU now. And then he just walks in and puts his costume on and the movie starts, because that's how Deadpool works.
Maybe they'll do Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe so they can recast everybody and start over.
Dude, that would be fucking hilarious.
I'd be upset.
I love that storyline, though.
I'd be upset. It is a good storyline.
Especially at the end of it when he even gets out of the comic book and kills the writers of Deadpool. They're like drawing Deadpool in the room, and he kills. I don't remember if he kills him or if he just.
Does it mean he kills Rob Liefeld?
Out that he.
That's like a classic Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck type thing.
Yeah, coming out and talking to Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc,
or whoever the writers are.
Mel Blanc was the voice. You want to be a voice actor, and you.
Excuse me, I know who fucking Mel Blanc is. Okay.
Okay.
I said whoever the writer is.
Only real fans know who Mel Blanc is.
Yeah, that would be me.
I know. I just.
Goddamn. Good opportunity. You shot your shot. I approve. Anyway. Should we actually talk about this movie?
Yeah. I mean, we're 15 minutes in. We talked about the big announcement.
Well, is there any more to that announcement, actually?
No, I think that's it. Honestly,
you guys follow the socials. I don't really.
Well, that and the date of release was slated as September 6th, 2024.
Yes.
So as of right now, it's a little less than 2 years, but you know how Marvel moves things, so we'll see.
God damn.
I wasn't actually, as long as it has been since Deadpool 2, and I understand that all the legality and everything with Disney buying Fox and them trying to figure out, can we really do a rated R movie with a superhero film under the Disney banner?
Yes.
Like, I that this is shit that they constantly talked about before they decided to do a Deadpool 3. The longer time went on, the more I felt like it was just unlikely that we were going to get it. So this announcement just kind of came out of left field. Like, nobody saw it coming. And it was amazing.
The fact that they didn't drop it at that D23 or whatever, the Disney Expo thing.
They totally did that on purpose.
And saved it is hilarious to me.
I feel like that was definitely Ryan's idea. Ryan and Kevin Feige's idea together were like, this would be more effective.
Why, don't you? He didn't get lost in the clout of all the other things announced.
Yep.
He waited a few weeks and got his own day.
I feel like it would have crushed a lot of the other announcements, to be honest.
I don't think it was the studio.
Or maybe they just didn't want to. Maybe they just didn't want to announce an R-rated movie at a Disney Expo.
that could be too.
Well, they also
I was
did
thinking
Comic-Con,
that
though too.
It's true.
Yeah.
But
I agree
they
with
didn't
Corey.
announce it
I think
there
that was probably definitely more
Yeah.
Ryan's idea than it was
And-
the studio.
I gotta admit one thing. Is pumped as I am that it's gonna be Wolverine and Deadpool, I'm kind of sad it's not Deadpool and Domino. I was looking forward to that being number 3.
It doesn't say that. I mean, they might bring her back.
I hope, because she's like a major character in Deadpool.
I do. I hope they bring her back too, because I thought I thought she almost stole the freaking movie from the second film.
Zazie Beetz is a great actress too.
No, like all of her scenes were incredible.
I love in the middle of the scene as they're literally filming it and looking how awesome it is. He's like, "How you can't even film that cinematically?" Talking about her luck superpower.
Yeah, it's not. I'll tell you what, it's definitely not cinematic.
Yeah,
as she's running and all the cars.
As it looks fucking awesome and everything's happening around her.
It's certainly not very cinematic, I think is what he said.
She's got one of the strongest fucking powers, luck.
Yeah, and then I do love that he calls her.
True, yeah.
He makes a joke about her basically being Black Widow, but I'm trying to remember exactly what he says.
He says that he has a lot of one-liners.
Yeah, I wish we could have had time to watch these again, because it's been a hot minute since I've seen them. But I mean, I've seen them enough times that this wasn't an issue at all. It's just things. There's certain things like many one-liners that I love that I'm not going to remember.
It's okay. I'm sure everybody that's listening to this has heard them from the movie.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. They knew what I was talking about when I brought it up. Somebody does.
That one guy in Germany, he's the real OG fan of ours. So
I just know it's that scene where he's got the baby dick and he doesn't listen anymore. Not since he heard me speak
not
German.
After this week.
Hey, our German friend, if you still listen, check out let us know on Twitter at CS
By the time this
Podcast
episode
21.
comes out, the Back to the Future one will have come out, and we definitely lost him.
Oh,
you must trust me.
Why do you think we lost him in that one?
Because we did a whole lot of Nazi talk, and we did some Führer jokes, and he's gone.
Nah, he understands.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine, but
full disclaimer, we're not sorry.
If you don't listen anymore, come let us know on Twitter at CS Podcast 21.
Oh shit, that's funny. Okay, so let's talk about the movies. The first movie, the opening fucking sequence. Oh,
I don't think we watched the same movie.
What?
The opening fucking sequence? I don't remember that part.
Yeah, gotcha. The opening sequence, immediate fourth wall break, like the credits, scrolling across, all those things that I said, like fucking amazing. I mean, I love that they took the scene from the test footage that got leaked. And I love that they put it in the film. I love that they used that.
It's one of my favorite parts is that they actually kept all that shit.
Yeah, and then they used the slow-mo portions of it to do the credits, which was awesome. But just, I don't know if you guys remember all of the things that were said during, or put in that opening credits, but just making fun of pretty much everybody. I think that the movie immediately started out strong. It gave you a clue what you were in for right away. Like if you weren't a Deadpool fan, if you didn't know anything really much about the character, and you turned this movie on and you saw that opening sequence, it already told you what you were in for.
The whole movie is very Deadpool, but that opening
I would hope
sequence
so. It's called Deadpool.
No, it isn't.
Oh,
but that whole opening.
Wait, I thought we were talking about the Deathstroke movie.
Yeah, that hasn't been made.
Oh,
that got canned as soon as Batman vs Superman came out.
Poor Brad.
I don't know why. That movie is great.
Brad, yeah. One of my favorite parts of that opening sequence is when he's fighting those guys in the SUV. They're bashing his head against the radio, and the Spider-Man theme plays for a second. Just a real quick second, the 60s Spider-Man theme plays. I love that. There was actually a couple references to Spider-Man in the first.
I'm glad that they leaked those through there.
TJ Weasel looks at him at one point and says, "Go get her, Tiger."
Yeah, that opening sequence is when the DMX song is playing, right? And then he's just whooping their ass, or is that just from the
No,
trailer?
that's towards the
No.
end. The end of the movie.
No, with the SUV and he like kills all those guys in the beginning.
X gonna give it to you is at the end of the movie.
It might have been in the trailer.
It was in the trailer then. Okay.
Though, because the song that plays in the beginning credits is "Angel in the Morning."
When he fights on the highway.
Yeah, that's not the DMX song. That had to have been in the trailer.
They used it for the trailer. Then I am certain. We'll
It was,
sort that out
the
later.
whole trailer was X gonna give it to you.
Yeah, but that was
That
like the
played
scene
over
that
the whole
played in the trailer.
Yeah, I do remember that being the trailer, amongst the many other fucking marketing trailers that Ryan Reynolds fucking created.
Wear red so they don't see me bleed. That guy gets it. He's wearing the brown pants.
Dude, the writing in this movie, Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese, they do a fucking amazing job.
They know they're Deadpool.
They do.
Better than what's his fucking face, that's for sure.
I believe they're the same writers that did Zombieland, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that.
Which is another great story.
Absolutely.
Both of the movies.
Yes.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one.
It's just as
really
good as
good.
the first one.
I can probably almost guarantee it's the same writers because there's a very slow-mo scene where the camera's kind of rolling around things in the second movie at the brothel. There's like a huge fight scene where they're going through walls and shit, and it's just circling around them.
I just looked it up. Yes, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick are also the writers of Zombieland. So I love that they returned for the second movie. I love that they let Ryan Reynolds have a lot more input with the writing in the second movie. I think that actually shows if you
Kevin
really
Feige
think about
is
it.
writing and directing the third movie.
Yeah, probably. I hope maybe I really hope that they can bring Paul Wernick and Rhett Reese back in. I think Ryan Reynolds really likes working with them because they're helping him write the new Clue movie that he's going to be doing with Jason Bateman.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too.
Yeah,
I know, me too.
Clue?
They're redoing Clue
Yeah.
with and Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman are going to be in it.
They're gonna do the multiple endings too.
Man, I wonder what that's going to be like without Tim Curry.
I was kind of against it until I learned who was in
I
it.
love the OG.
Oh, me too.
I'm definitely not as big a Jason Bateman fan as you guys.
So the writers of these movies, I don't know. I think that they captured it. I know Ryan Reynolds had a lot of input in the first movie too. Naturally, he waited. I think he said like 11 years to get this fucking movie made. It might have been longer than short. I don't remember. Ever since, if you don't know, and I'm sure most of you by now do, in 2004, when Blade Trinity was being filmed and then released in 2005, I think, somebody said to Ryan Reynolds that his character, Hannibal King, reminded him a lot of Deadpool. At this point, Ryan Reynolds had never heard of Deadpool. So, of course, he looked it up, and it immediately became his favorite comic book character ever. And he loved
That's
that
because
even
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool.
He even loved that in the one comic, when Deadpool's asked, "What does he look like under the mask?" He says, a mix between Ryan Reynolds and a Sharpay. I ever since that moment when he was on the set of Blade Trinity, he has always wanted to be Deadpool and always wanted to do a Deadpool movie. And then, when the godforsaken X-Men Origins movie came out with the Wolverine, he was pissed. He was like, he read the script and he said to them, he's like, "Listen, guys, you're gonna have a lot of fans that are gonna be really upset with this movie if this is the route you go." And Fox was like, "Well, that's fine. We understand your point of view, but if you have a problem with it, we can always just find somebody else." And of course, I believe he was promised his own spin-off movie after that movie, and
yeah, he was supposed. That's why they teased him being alive at the end.
So the only reason that he did the movie obviously is because he knew that he wouldn't be able to be Deadpool if he hadn't done it. Like they would have had somebody else, and naturally, when it came out, fans were fucking pissed. Like, you don't sew Deadpool's mouth shut. Like, how fucking stupid are you? And the constant jokes that I love that the two Deadpool movies that we got have made about X-Men Origins have been fantastic. I love in the end credit scene in Deadpool 2. you see Wolverine from Origins going, "Wade," and he's like, "Don't worry, just cleaning up the timelines." The whole
Yeah,
end
yeah.
credits is amazing.
But he doesn't kill baby Hitler, and he calls himself a hero.
Hey, he says he's going to bring back Cable later. Did you go all the way to the end of the credits and hear him say that, Doug?
Probably. It's hard to...
Because it pops
I haven't
back
seen it in a
into
minute.
him holding baby Hitler.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It goes
Yeah.
like back and forth.
He says, I'll bring back my friend Cable. He loves killing kids.
Yeah, it's because he tries to kill Fire Fist.
I'm sorry, buddy. I can't say that.
I could gush about these movies forever. And shockingly, as I've discussed in our most recent bonus episode, these aren't my favorite Ryan Reynolds movies, but they're definitely up there.
I still don't
fucking
believe
amazing.
that.
No, Hitman's Bodyguard, the first one, is by far my favorite.
Never seen it.
It's really good.
It's a phenomenal fucking movie with him and
It's
Samuel
very
Jackson.
funny.
The second one, Don't Waste Your Time.
It's Wade Wilson and Nick Fury on adventures together.
Basically. Yeah, don't waste your time with the second one, but the first one's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, the second one's a train fire.
Everybody was always, I get a lot of shit, because you guys always say, and I am a huge Ryan Reynolds fan, and people are always like, well, you only like Deadpool because Ryan Reynolds. Is like, no, fuck you. I've loved Deadpool before Ryan Reynolds even ever had anything to do with it.
Yeah, same.
Did you, though?
Yeah, my first introduction to Deadpool
Yeah, I can
was
give him that much.
when my brother played this game called Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 2, and he had unlocked Deadpool, and he was using them. And I always watched my brother play games because I was like, when I was younger, I wasn't the greatest at them, so it was easier for me to just watch him play.
I have a friend like that who just watches me play games.
So I was watching him play this game, and there's this character making all these quips, and I'm like, this character's funny. And I was like, who is that? My brother's like, that's Deadpool. So I kind of dived into the character from that moment. So he easily became my favorite Marvel character well before Ryan Reynolds ever touched a script with Deadpool's name on it.
Yeah, I was a fan of Deadpool since he started being a thing. I used to like the comics when I was a kid. I was probably my only friend who did like comics when I was a kid.
Now it's cool.
Now it's cool, but it didn't used to be so cool. You couldn't just go to any store and buy a superhero t-shirt. That shit didn't exist.
Yeah, like
had to
hanging
go
out
to
at
the
the
big
card
ones.
shop every day, the comic shop
Yeah.
every day. There was a type of people that hung out at the comic shop every day,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
one of them.
There was quite the
Yeah.
type of people, yeah.
It's funny is I don't think I was ever one of those types of people, but I'm friends with so many people like that.
Spider-Man was always my favorite. I read pretty much everything Spider-Man did when I was younger, and Deadpool was literally in love with him, like basically wanted to get between those cheeks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
He
like
wanted to clap them
Deadpool,
spider cheeks.
that's right. And because I've always been a fan of like the sarcastic asshole and everything, Deadpool immediately was one of my favorites. Immediately.
So you really like me, Corey.
You like me. You really like me.
Yeah, I would say that I'm the same way. Spider-Man was my favorite before I figured out who Deadpool was.
Well, Spider-Man's still my favorite, but
Are you gonna admit that Deadpool's not your favorite hero, real quick?
Huh? Me?
Yeah.
Well, he's not a hero. He's an anti-hero.
hey, he's super, but he's no hero.
Your favorite comic character? Are you gonna tell
my
people
favorite
who it really is? Okay.
Everybody knows it's the Flash. That's my big one.
Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Wow, Mike, that was weird.
No, it's no secret. And you could probably boil me down into a nutshell. Flash, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, Green Bay Packers, and I don't know, throw something else out there. I don't fucking know.
Lincoln Park.
There you
Buffy.
go. Thank you. But yep, there's a couple.
What's her
of them.
name?
You guys always say
Allison
Hannigan.
Hannigan.
Allison Hannigan has red
Chrono
hair.
Trigger.
Deadpool wears a red outfit. Flash wears a red suit. I don't know where the Green Bay Packers fit into this. And Lincoln Park. Meteora. Meteors are red.
Yeah, Mike, I think you just like red. You're wearing a red shirt. You're wearing
I mean, red is my favorite color. That is true.
Samesies.
Here, you want the crazy part? We get really into it.
The
So,
crazy train.
aside from the Packers, all of my favorite sports teams are red. The New Jersey Devils, the St. Louis Cardinals.
You've got red on you.
This is going to be extremely random, but is that a Growlithe Pokemon card behind you?
It is. It 100% is, which is my favorite Pokemon. And imagine that. He's a
Nice.
fire type, which is red.
I just happened to realize that's the old Growlithe card right there.
That card didn't really I didn't even notice there was a Pokemon card there.
Nice. Oh, that's not the old one, but it is Growlithe.
Growlithe.
Yeah.
He's no Zapdos, but he's okay, I guess. But
You know, back when us aging millennials, back when Pokemon first came out, us aging millennials only had to worry about 151 Pokemon.
That's right.
hey, I'm so glad that there's almost 1,000 of them now.
There's so fucking many.
With these 2 new games coming out,
They're breaking the barrier.
what is it? Violet and Scarlet.
Yeah, Scarlet and
They're
Violet.
bringing out a bunch of new ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them too.
I actually just learned today that the 2 legendaries that are coming out in those games turn into motorcycles.
Well, that's kind of. I mean, that's weird.
It's so Pokemon to do something like that.
We love to talk shit on the new Pokemon, but we had Seal, who was a seal, Beedrill, who was a bee with drills.
That's right.
We can't talk shit.
Arbok, just Cobra backwards.
Abra, Dabra, Alakazam.
You can make fun of their names, but at least the new or the old Pokemon were practical. Like these newer ones, they don't. None of them make fucking sense.
There's Trubbish, who's a trash bag.
Yeah,
okay.
and he's
Stunkfish.
It's just
muck.
a trash bag.
He was a pile of muck.
Oh wait, no, you're not Stunkfish. That's the fish. What the fuck is that one? The trash bag. Rubbish.
He had
or something.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Arguably the most fucked up Pokemon there is.
I just love the face he makes when he turns into other Pokemon.
Yeah, Dildo. He pleases every team.
And the fact that Ash's mom always had a Mr. Mime doing yard work. Is that all Mr. Mime was doing?
It's because he had big fingers.
See, no, guys. Oak sent Ash off on an adventure at age 12 to go every Pokemon so he could go hang out with a single mother. We all know this.
And then, of course, Ash has not fucking aged past 10 years old.
12.
For 12 years old for how many fucking years now?
He's 14 now.
No, because they reset the show like a few years ago and made him and started him over again.
Doug, it's improv. You don't say no, you say yes.
Yes,
and
yeah.
And that's our Pokemon episode.
Yeah, that's enough about Pokemon for now.
For now, for sure.
Yeah, we'll eventually do a Pokemon episode for sure.
Even if I have to do that shit by myself, I'm doing it.
Oh no, we'll be there. Fuck Adrian.
I mean, are you gonna be ready to do more than? Are you gonna be ready for the other 850 Pokemon you don't know anything about?
Who are you talking about?
He's talking to you.
I'm talking to Mike.
Me?
Yeah, Corey plays the newer games too.
I play Pokemon Go. I know a lot of the newer Pokemon.
That's not even Pokemon, bro.
There's only like 300 Pokemon in that game.
What? No.
They do not have all the Pokemon in that game.
No, but they're up to over 800.
I don't think that's true.
It's not even a Pokemon game.
It is. I mean, it's fun.
I mean, it's not. How is it not a Pokemon
It's fun,
game?
but it's not a Pokemon game.
You're not a Pokemon game.
I'm aware. Well, I am, because I'm trying to catch every disease.
I did.
All right. So there are just over 730 Pokemon in that game, but there are 900 Pokemon like right now around.
Yeah, they keep constantly adding more and more, and they're going to obviously. But anyway, we're talking about Deadpool.
Hey.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Growlithe is my favorite Pokemon. All right.
He's the coolest.
He's a dog, so we all know my opinion on that.
Right.
Yeah, and speaking of bland names for Pokemon, who does Growlithe evolve into?
Arcanine.
Arcanine. K9, right in the name.
RK9. Get it?
Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
but the fox one's fucking called Ninetales.
Because he has 9
It
tails.
literally has 9 tails.
Yeah, just like the Kitsune, the Japanese spirit fox.
I'd love to know where the fuck Pikachu came from though.
Electric mouse. That's literally what it translates to. And guess what he is? He's an electric mouse.
Yeah.
Pika. See, nobody can understand me. Oh wait. That
Back
was
to Ryan
voiced by Ryan Reynolds, who is in Deadpool. Got it. Okay.
Oh, I'll never watch that movie.
What? Why?
I think it was a good movie.
It was actually really good. I thought it was going to suck.
What I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. I want a Pokemon movie.
You're just mad that it's Ryan Reynolds in Pikachu.
No,
aren't you?
I'm just mad that it's a detective. It's like instead of giving us like an actual fucking Pokemon movie, they gave us a detective movie with Pokemon in it.
It's based off of an actual game called Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, that's what Detective Pikachu is.
That game's trash, guys.
That's not the point.
I think the whole reason they did that movie was they were they were testing the waters to see if they could pull off a live action Pokemon movie.
But it's not. It's a detective movie that has Pokemon in it. But this isn't the episode for this argument. All right.
Yes, it is. Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Host, get us back on the rails.
I was trying. You guys keep derailing me. But it's whatever. Deadpool derails everything anyway, so it makes sense.
That's right.
Derails your mom.
I'm
He
sure
probably
he
did.
does. I'm sure he did. Sorry, Mom.
Mike just
No, it's
realized
true.
what he said.
No,
Mike's
it's
mom.
true. I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds.
But
so-
hey, it's Ryan Reynolds. None of us would blame you.
No, I would go gay for Ryan Reynolds, so it's cool.
There's a lot of men that say that. I'm one of them.
Have you asked yourself why you do that?
I don't know.
I'm just fucking okay. This isn't the time or place for this conversation.
Oh God.
Sorry, Amber.
So
Mike has some things to work out.
By now, she realizes she'd lose him to Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
and oh, sorry. Oh shit.
I fucking love that he got Celine Dion to do the song for the second movie.
Of course.
That makes me so happy.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's such a James Bond style song.
Oh, the fucking opening to number 2.
Yeah.
It's almost like he had to have been sitting there going, "How do I top the opening to number 1?"
Yeah.
And I think he nailed it. I as a huge James
yeah.
Bond fan, I fucking loved it so much. And you're right, it's a very James Bond-esque song. They definitely maybe overplay it a little bit in the movie because I think it plays like 3 or 4 different times.
The song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually a really good song. Like I ain't gonna hate on the song. I have the Celine Dion "Out of Ashes" song on my Spotify.
You are a Ryan Reynolds slut.
Dude, I can't help it, man. But it's a pleasant surprise when it pops up in my shuffle. I'm not gonna lie. I also the fucking Juggernaut song from the
I
movie.
knew you were gonna say
I have that.
song too.
I fucking have that on there. I just love the "Holy Shit Balls" chorus in the background.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
beautiful.
There's just so we don't. I mean, we've been kind of doing this lately where we don't really like go in order of anything, but I just kind of want to like. So the first movie. Do either of you have like a specific scene that is your absolute favorite from the first movie?
Every scene with him and the comedian dude, I can't remember his name for some reason.
T.J. Miller.
Yeah, TJ Miller. Literally
Plays
every
Weasel.
time that they're sitting there. Yeah. Keeps insulting his face. Like I just love it.
That was all improv between the two of them.
Oh yeah, and there were a lot of deleted ones too.
If you have the special features, there's so
Face looks
many.
like an avocado had sex with the top of crack map of Utah. It's just that line fucking destroys me every time.
Because it's way out of left field.
Yeah, it's so fucking random.
That's TJ
Or
Miller
you don't
for
like
you.
TJ Miller, do you?
That is exactly who T.J. Miller is. When he had his brain problems, he put out an entire 45-song EP rap album, and they're all ridiculous fucking songs.
He lost a chunk of his brain
Yeah.
that changed him forever. And he still managed to rebuild his career.
As I say, I don't think Corey has a problem with TJ Miller's work.
No,
He was going through allegations of shit and whatnot.
I don't have a problem with T.J. Miller in that either, because the girl who's accusing him of things is an angry ex-girlfriend from college.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
I just don't. Even his wife doesn't believe it.
They almost took him out of Deadpool 2 because of it, but they had recorded, like they had almost finished filming when that came out. That they decided it made no sense to recast or replace him. They had, obviously, with Disney being in control now, I'm sure there's no intentions of bringing him back.
No, he probably won't be in the
Because
third
you
one.
know how Disney is with that kind of shit. Even if there's no evidence, they'll take you out of it, right, Johnny Depp?
Actually, he's being reinstated as Jack.
Well, about
I
fucking
thought he
time
didn't
now.
want to. I thought he said no.
He loves that role so much, and for the kids, that there's no way he doesn't go back to it.
It's a shame that they only made one good movie out of all those.
Oh,
out
you're
of
so
all
wrong.
19 of them. Like those movies suck.
Corey,
now.
Corey, we'll do an episode of Pirates
Yes,
of the Caribbean.
please.
Yeah, I stopped watching the third one like 30 minutes in. I was like, this sucks.
The third one, all right. The third one to me is probably one of the weaker ones.
No, never mind. I'm not doing this episode with you.
I think the fourth one's better than the third one.
You think the fourth one's better than the third one?
I do.
Oh my
You're out of your
god, that
fucking
movie
mind.
sucks even worse. Dude, they literally get worse every movie.
No.
No.
Well, yes, but
Yeah.
but I don't think any of them are bad.
The first one was so good, and then they just
You're right. The first three
I don't
were
know.
good.
They
the
just,
first one is
all
amazing.
the heart and soul was gone in future movies. It was just
But you have
fuck.
heard of me. Yeah. Anyway,
Now let's talk about movies that haven't lost their heart and soul and stay just as good from 1 to 2.
We were talking about the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Corey, this is like the reverse Jaws.
It's not.
shut up, both of you.
That's how you host.
All right. There's a lot of really good moments in the first one. Absolutely, T.J. Miller kills it as Weasel. That fucking scene where before he's actually Deadpool and they're talking about the Deadpool and he's like, "You fucking bet against me, didn't you? You're the world's worst best friend." And then, of course,
money was on the line.
there's of course the whole blowjob drink, where the fat Gandalf thing comes from.
Yeah. Booth.
Fucking,
He gives it to Booth.
yep. I love that they gave. I love in the second movie, he tries to fucking give him that whole like, fine just stands for, and he's like, God, Booth, we need to give you less speaking lines.
No, he's trying to talk about something that's in the dictionary or something. He says, "No more speaking lines for you, Buck."
Yeah,
Fucked up, insecure, needy, and emotional.
Yep, the fourth wall breaks and the meta moments in these movies in typical Deadpool fashion are absolutely fucking amazing. Like Corey and I were discussing about the whole 16 walls thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's a fourth wall break and a fourth wall break. That's like 16
That's
walls.
like 16 walls.
Why 16?
Just 4
'Cause
times
he multiplied
4.
4 by 4.
But why is it times 4?
Which, if you really think about it, doesn't make sense. It should be 8, but
Listen, it's a joke. Doesn't have to make
I know,
sense.
but I know we're fucking. Me and Doug are over here over analyzing it. Mostly Doug.
I'm doing the anti joke thing.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
I know you always do.
I don't know why it always fucking cracks me up, but that whole entire montage of him hunting down Francis.
That's my favorite part of the movie.
There's a couple moments in that are fucking fantastic. Like when that girl jumps on his back and he's like, "Fucking spider monkey," and then he like throws her and he's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." He's like, Is it sexist to hit you? Is it sexist to not hit you?"
Is Negasonic Teenage Warhead in one?
Yeah, she's in one.
That's the coolest name ever. Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
The Zamboni one fucking cracks me up, and then he's like, "You're gonna die in 5 minutes."
Oh yeah, when he's like, oh that part. Yeah, when he's hunting them down. Oh,
Can they not
fucking-
hear me? Is the suit muffling my voice?
That Zamboni line was my text notification tone for like a couple months.
You're about to be killed by a Zamboni.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
it's there's so many great moments in it. Doug, that scene in the bar when the guy is trying to convince Wade to join their group or come like let them cure his cancer or whatever. I can't remember. Do they make an Agent Smith joke?
Agent Smith. Yeah.
Because I thought so. I feel like as a huge Matrix fan, that had to have been kind of a cool phrase.
There's so many jokes in that movie. It's hard to remember all of them.
No,
to be
yeah,
frank.
he calls him
I mean,
Agent Smith.
you're not wrong. And of course, that whole scene when they're taking him back and he says, "Don't make the super suit green or animated." I love the digs at Green Lantern, the digs at X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, when he reaches in that bag, "This is my most prized possession," pulls out a Deadpool from Origins Wolverine, and then puts it to the side and grabs the Wham album.
He even fucking makes fun of himself in that movie. He's like,
makes fun of
"You think
himself all
Ryan
the
Reynolds
time.
got this far with fucking pure raw acting talent?" Because he's talking about like, yeah.
Do you think Ryan Reynolds got this far in his superior acting method? I love when he's wearing when she takes off his mask at the end. He's wearing Hugh Jackman's face stapled. To
Yes.
it. I fucking love that so much.
So there's so many fucking jokes directed towards Hugh Jackman and Wolverine in both movies. Like in the very beginning, he's like, "Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my own movie?"
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who it was, but he's got a smooth pair. What does he say? Smooth criminal down under.
A smooth pair of criminals.
Yeah, down under.
Fuck no. Yeah. He
But,
fakes an Australian accent. He's like, it rhymes with Polverine.
But I like at the end there was actually a huge fan theory that in the scrapyard that they're all fighting in, that giant thing they're fighting on was a SHIELD helipad.
If you look at it closely at 100%, I feel it 100% is, yes.
It was a fan theory, but because it wasn't in the MCU, they couldn't say that, but now they can.
Right.
So they might go back and retcon that, but I don't know if it's that important.
So, now that brings back the conversation we had earlier. If that's true, if that actually is, then Deadpool would in fact exist in the MCU that we know.
Yeah, because that was part
of...
I mean,
it does not necessarily have to be, because sure, SHIELD could be in every universe, but...
Well, it's not even just that. It's like Deadpool doesn't need to have like some logical reason to be in the MCU. He is the fourth wall breaking character. He can literally just walk out of one movie into another and it would still make sense for him to be Deadpool. Like it doesn't matter how they can just introduce him however they want. And that's I'm hoping they don't try to make it some like super based in reality logical explanation. I literally want to just see him walk onto the set as Ryan Reynolds, put on the suit, and he's like, "All right, I'm here, guys," and just no questions asked. Like just
I did kind of like there was a fan that had an idea that I kind of liked, was Ryan Reynolds just clicking files and dragging them over to the Disney folder from the Fox folder of like all the X-Men. Like I don't know why that one kind of stuck with me.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
do
mean,
that.
That would be kind of funny for more like a promotional thing.
Right.
But I don't know about in a movie. There'd be no context for that.
I really love the idea of Deadpool replacing, not you can't replace obviously, but taking over the cameo role that Stan Lee had.
I absolutely love that idea. I really wish they would do that.
That's a very Deadpool thing to do.
Like, have him have big roles in some movies, but the ones where he's not going to be a big role, just have him somehow in the background, or a picture of him, or him just asking somebody a question and walking away or something.
Yeah. Would be really funny is if he just dressed and looked like Stan Lee the entire time.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Speaking of, Stan Lee had an amazing cameo in the first Deadpool movie as the DJ at the fucking strip club.
He was looking forward to that cameo.
Did you know he didn't actually film those scenes in a strip club?
Well, that doesn't shock me. I'm assuming that he did a voiceover for that, and they just kind of like yeah.
They put him behind a DJ booth and made it look like the same strip club, and then he did his lines, but he wasn't actually there on set that day.
Mrs. Stanley probably didn't approve.
Yeah,
I'm sure she didn't. Although by the time Deadpool 1 came out, she might have been dead. Because his wife did die a few years before him.
Oh.
But he may have still had that old man, like, just because he looks like Hugh Hefner doesn't mean he has to act like Hugh Hefner.
I do love that, and they kind of play on that in Iron Man.
Yeah. Looking good, Hef. And it turns out Stanley.
There's just a lot of... I think one had some fucking awesome moments. I love the whole, like, making fun of the superhero landing aspect, Oh, she's going to do it. She's going to do the superhero landing.
She's going to do it.
And,
so unpractical.
All of his jokes, his cracks at, oh, it's weird that I only see Colossus in Negative Center, longest name ever. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford more X-Men.
It's like the student couldn't afford a better X-Men.
Yeah. And of course, I love that they add on to that joke in the second movie, and there's literally the whole fucking there's the X-Men, and they're like hearing them talk, they're like, fuck this, and they close the door on him.
I love that so much.
He's like, where is everybody?
Yeah, I love the constant jabs that this is all the X-Men that they were allowed to have.
One of my favorite parts in the second movie is when he's rolling down the hallway in that wheelchair, and he says, I'm not ready to be touched yet. And then Colossus comes up behind him and grabs him and goes, I said, don't touch me.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Was it 2 where that door briefly opened and like all the X-Men were
Yep.
in it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
Mike was just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed you.
He
saying
says, "Where the
Yeah.
fuck is everybody?" And he's just looking around, and they all just close the door real quick.
In that scene, he's wearing a fucking t-shirt that is
Yeah,
Taylor
It
Swift's.
has Taylor Swift's cats on it.
It has fucking Taylor Swift's cats on it.
Yep.
Which is just fucking ridiculous.
It's very
That's
Deadpool.
But if you know, if you know anything about his like real life, his wife's best friend is Taylor Swift, so it kind of makes sense. I know Doug
Blake
doesn't.
Lively.
We are a pop culture
I don't even like
podcast.
Taylor Swift.
We're a pop culture podcast, but Doug doesn't keep up with any of
Yeah.
that shit.
I don't keep up with celebrity bullshit. Let them have a fucking life. Goddamn. I keep up with I like my movies. I don't want to know what they do in their free time. I don't want to know the last time Ryan Reynolds jacked off and where it's being sold online.
That was at my
I was
house,
the highest bidder.
and Corey. Yeah, and
Oh,
Corey
wow,
bet
we
on
both
it.
bought one.
No. He jacked off at my house on my face.
Oh, you had okay. You're
Yeah.
you're
I'm the
Ryan
seller.
Reynolds Jizz 375.
Yes,
Damn, I've bought so much stuff from you.
I should have knew you were Deadpool 6969.
Clever, right?
Anywho,
420 blaze it. 360 no scope.
Oh,
I cut out the last word because you can't say that anymore.
oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, you shouldn't say that anymore, rather.
No.
You can say it once.
I love that towards the end of the movie, Colossus is given that huge fucking speech about 4 or 5 moments to becoming a hero. And he stops him from shooting Francis in the head, and then the speech just goes on for too long, and next thing you know, you hear the fucking gunshot. Colossus is just like, why? He's just like, yeah.
I was in theaters thinking in my head, if he doesn't fucking shoot him, if he lets Colossus talk him out of this, it's not Deadpool. I literally was sitting at the edge of my seat going, motherfucker, if he stops him from shooting him. And then he shot him. I leaned back in my seat and I was like, oh, thank God.
I love that he's like, yeah, I'll be looking for the other 4 moments.
Yeah. Just tosses the gun behind him.
Oh, it's just fucking. That's that whole entire like Doug said, that highway scene's good. I love when they first stop him and they're talking. Wait, or Deadpool's like, nobody's getting hurt, and that fucking guy falls down from the sign. He's like, he was already up there when I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best action sequence in the first movie. Is that highway
Oh fuck
scene.
yes, it is, and that was the test footage. Which, let's be real, Ryan Reynolds leaked that fucking test footage. I have no doubts about that. And by now, obviously,
they like to pass blame on each other, but
none of them will actually like say who did it, and they're just like, oh yeah, I don't know. I think the last thing Ryan ever said about it was like there was like 3 of us that had it, but none of us released it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just I'm glad that he did, because that test footage got such a huge fucking I don't think one person hated it.
Oh, I was so happy.
And immediately after it came out, Fox was like, all right, and they greenlit Deadpool.
Well, that got a bigger reaction than most of the trailers they were putting out that year.
Yeah. Wait,
Jerry hated
Jerry?
it. Get your head in the game.
What?
It's okay. Moving on.
What?
Don't worry.
Are you talking about from Rick and Morty?
Yes, damn it.
That's the only Jerry I could think of.
We just recently did an episode.
Sorry. My mind's on Ryan Reynolds right now.
And I had to think of the only kind of people that would hate that. Is it Jerry?
Adrian.
I'm going to take you to see the professor. McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines confuse me.
Oh, it's perfect. Like,
Yes.
there's just so many fucking good lines. And then, of course, when he starts to cut his hand off, he's like, you ever seen 127 Hours? Spoiler alert.
There's the money shot.
Oh.
Are you there, God? It's me,
He
Margaret.
fucking goes back to punch Francis in the head, and he hits Colossus's dick, and he starts feeling around. I was like, Dad?
Yeah. They do a dad joke in the second movie, too. Or no, he says, Camp Counselor Tim or something like that.
Doug's, there's just so many fucking good moments and funny lines in this movie that it is hard to pick just one. But I mean, I think story wise, the movie was solid, the writing was solid, the acting was very well done. I wasn't expecting that from, I can never say her fucking name right. What the fuck? Corey, you said it the last time for me.
Who?
The girl who plays Vanessa.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about her.
Something Baccarin. I don't fucking know how to say it.
Oh, you're
Burt
killing
Baccarat?
me. Marina Baccarin.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, the only thing I've seen her in before that was, Gotham, and she didn't play that type of character. That was a little shocking. Somebody that we talked about recently on an episode is in this movie as the villain, Ed Skrein. He played in Game of Thrones, as you guys told us.
Got his name from a bottle of dish detergent.
Ajax. Deadpool's villains aren't exactly the most interesting characters.
That's because he's so interesting he overshadows them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's done on purpose, clearly, but it's just funny. It's like he has like these really like one note villains that are like really basic compared to him. It just doesn't. It's hilarious.
Did you guys see all of the deleted scenes with how many different names he had for fucking Angel Dust when he was like, "You're gonna leave me alone with blah blah blah"?
Yeah. Yeah, they're really funny.
It just makes me wonder, like, why did they choose Rosie O'Donnell? Like, why is that the one they went with?
A less angry Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
She's pretty angry.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did you know that guy that he's talking to at the end in the SWAT uniform? When he only knocks him out, he doesn't kill him.
Yeah, Bob.
Did you know that's his sidekick from the comics, Bob?
I did not know that.
His sidekick from the comics that he brings with him sometimes, that guy that like leeches to him, he doesn't have any powers.
Oh.
He's a sidekick. He always throws him into dangerous situations and makes fun of him. That was who that was in that suit.
That's
Bob.
a nice little Easter egg.
Yeah.
I did not realize that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was actually super excited about that because I was like, are they ever going to bring that weird fucking character into this?
I love, man, that makes me think of the one character in the X-Force scenes who parachutes into the wood chipper.
Zeitgeist?
Zeitgeist, yeah.
No. Oh, wait, yeah. Who was the regular guy?
You're talking about Peter.
Peter doesn't go into the wood chipper.
No, that's Zeitgeist. Peter gets...
How's he die?
He gets the acid spit on his arm and melts his arm.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's trying to help him out of the wood chipper.
I wanted to see him fucking make it and nobody else make it, but Domino was there, so it was like, well, clearly everyone else is going to die.
No,
fucking Shatterstar. Okay. I'm better than you at everything.
It's okay. He goes back in time at the end and saves Honeybear's life.
He does save Honeybear, yes. So Peter's still alive.
But does he, or is that just a gag for the deleted?
I'm just calling it canon because Green Lantern doesn't exist anymore.
He brought back his woman. I'm pretty sure that was real.
I do love that he shoots himself in the head.
See that's the beautiful part about Deadpool is all these movies could just be fucking crazy, like lucid ass like fever dreams of his, and we wouldn't even know.
Yeah,
very true.
Maybe she never even died.
It's very possible. I love that he throws the fucking cream cheese spreader.
That's the one he didn't have to throw.
Yeah. Oh, that's the one he didn't. Then he does throw it. And he misses.
Well, he
right?
does throw it at the end, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, I always thought
pretty funny too.
The first few times I watched the second movie, I thought the guy aimed for her. And then it was like 7 or 8 times in, I watched it and I realized he ducks his head and accidentally shoots. I never realized it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, he didn't mean to shoot her. I thought he was trying to kill her to get to him.
Well, so you guys, unfortunately, will know more about this than I will because you guys are much bigger comic fans than I am. I mean, I haven't read every comic book there is. I know, obviously, you guys haven't either, but you've read way more than me. Does he have like super strength? Like, does
Deadpool is one of the most OP fucking characters like there is.
He has more powers than the movies show.
Because when that scene when that guy kills Vanessa and he chases him down and he gets in that car accident, and he runs and he fucking slams into the car, which throws the dude out of the car. Like, that's the only time you really see him have like super strength like that.
Since he like heals himself, he just heals from everything. What's really happening is he doesn't hold back. He fucking throws his whole fucking body into it, knowing it's gonna fuck him up, but he'll just heal anyway, and shit like that. Like, kind of like,
yeah, because then
it's kind of like Logan. Like, Logan doesn't have super strength, but he does. But he does the same thing.
What I never understood about that scene is when he grabs him and jumps in front of that truck. He jumps in front of it, him towards the truck, not the guy he's trying to kill. He puts his back to the truck, wouldn't you?
I think it's because
they're both gonna get fucked
he's
up.
trying to kill himself.
Well, yeah, but doesn't he want to kill the guy first?
Well, he knows he's going to die. I think he knew that the speed of that truck, that guy was going to die regardless of where he hit. He was more focused on how badly do I have to get hurt to die.
As a fan of many stories of crazy people surviving things, you can survive that if there's a body between you.
Well,
so that was a bad choice.
Nobody said Wade was smart.
Man, you're really like on that scene's ass. Holy shit, man. I never even noticed.
That bothers me every single time I watch the movie, that he puts himself in front of the truck instead of the guy he's trying to kill.
I never even noticed that.
I do. I love how the movie opens with "Fuck Wolverine."
Maybe he didn't actually want the guy he was trying to kill to die to that truck.
Yeah, maybe
That's why he stepped in front of it, Corey.
That just
You're gonna get down into the philosophy of Deadpool.
I have a better theory for you, Doug.
Yeah.
Maybe Doc is Marty.
Oh my god!
Wait! I know why he did it, because it was in the script.
There it is.
And Marty McFly, McSuperfly is not Emmett Brown. PhD.
Not yet, but he will be when he gets older.
Oh my god!
I hope Christopher Lloyd bends you over before he does. Anyway,
I would accept that.
And if you guys want to hear more about that, go back and listen to our last week's episode, Back to the Future.
Was it last week? Or was it the week before?
It will be.
Are you sure?
I don't know. These timelines are so confusing.
There you go.
Doc and Marty. There we go.
I was really hoping Mike would say
Wait, are we talking about Doc and Marty, or are we talking about Doc and Marty? Like, come on.
Talking about rock and party.
Carry the one, yes.
Docking between friends is not gay, guys.
I also heard
if you both enjoy it.
I also heard it's not gay if it's in a three-way.
I heard that from Lonely Island Gang, featuring
I think that depends on the three-way.
And Lady Gaga.
With the honey in the middle, there's some leeway.
That's right.
that's what that's what Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg taught me.
I fucking love that song.
Oh my god!
Lonely Island gets people I never expected to do certain things, like the Natalie Portman rap.
Yeah.
Some of the most fucking raunchy things I've ever heard.
I never claimed to be a role model.
Yeah. I want to drink and fuck all day. Holy shit, Natalie!
All right. Like fucking, I never thought Michael Bolton would do something like that.
Michael Bolton's was at least kind of clean.
Yeah, Natalie Portman's is the most.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Thing.
I'm just saying.
And she did a second one that was even worse.
I didn't expect Michael Bolton to be like at the end of the song, being like, "Waiting to get fucked."
Waiting to get fucked.
You're just like, whoa. All right, Michael
Bolton fucks.
My name is Deadpool, doing mountains of cocaine. I brought it back. Nice. Anyway.
He does
Deadpool. Deadpool would approve. He does.
One of the best scenes
he
of
does.
the second movie.
He does. He puts the fucking bag in his mask and
punches
just
himself in the face. And then he does the LeBron James powder.
I love the old blind woman he lives
Blind
with,
Al,
who also does cocaine. Yeah, who also likes.
I love that he makes that joke in the first movie that he has 10 grams of cocaine hidden next to the cure for blindness. And then in the second movie, when he breaks in to steal that cocaine, there's a box in there that says cure for blindness on it. Fucking great.
I do love in the second one when he scares her and she's like, "What the fuck?" and she aims the gun. She's like,
she says,
"Motherfucker." Motherfucker. He's like, she's like, "I almost shot you." And he's like, "You mean the fridge?" He's
looking down the barrel of the gun all confused, like, "What are you pointing at?" I fucking love it.
But she's the one that told him about wearing red to hide the blood.
That's right.
Yeah. Of course, the whole IKEA moment, which cracks me up, because I don't know if either of you saw it. Ryan Reynolds did a little skit trying to put together a crib from IKEA. And
Okay.
it's fucking hilarious, actually.
Was it after Deadpool came out?
I think it was before the first one came out. Like I think it was like
okay.
It very well might have been like a kind of like a advertising for IKEA for the Deadpool movie. I don't know. It makes sense. It was right before it came out. But it's at one point he's on the phone with somebody from IKEA, and he's sitting there as he's talking to the guy. He's like, "IKEA is Swedish for fuck you." And this whole thing's, and then he fucking hangs up the phone. He's like, "All right, fuck this." And he like duct tapes the whole thing together and throws in some couch cushions in the baby crib. He's like, "All right, done." He walks away.
That baby will be comfortable as shit, man. Baby doesn't care what his crib looks like.
No, it's just small shit like that.
As long as it doesn't collapse and suffocate him in his sleep.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, right. You're supposed to avoid that.
The small shit like that, like the marketing for both of these movies was phenomenal. Like,
I have to go check something. I'll be right back.
Doug, if you have a baby in that house, I'm more worried about the baby than you. Than anything else.
The guy who hates dogs has a baby.
You gotta no, dude. You gotta. It's if the Japanese taught me anything, it's that you gotta treat your food really well before you eat it.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
All right, I didn't know Cable was on this podcast.
Cable doesn't eat children.
Well, eats children, kills children.
I think there's a difference. I think we can ask our pal Jeffrey Dahmer to explain the difference.
That's true. Let's get him on here.
Yes, our good pal Jeffrey Dahmer, friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Serial killer and rapist.
Oh,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
all right. Well,
Doug, Mike, those are his titles.
Yeah. That was the announcement for him.
If you were announcing him to come up and give an award at an award show,
that's what he asked us to say. God.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're welcome, Jeffrey Dahmer, for the plug.
You got to look down further when you say it.
Well, because he's short.
No, he's very tall, actually.
Oh, I'm confused.
He's also very dead.
I was making a he's in hell joke, if it exists.
Right.
Yeah, he was like 6'3". He was very tall.
Yeah, I was like,
well, so the closest person we can get to talking to about, we'll just have to get Evan Peters on the show.
Fuck, I wish.
I don't know who that is.
I know, right?
That's Quicksilver.
Was he that actor that did it?
Yeah, he's
Quicksilver in the X-Men movies.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, as soon as you said Quicksilver, I was like, the sentence could go one of two ways.
And now he's the Dahmer in
He's
the
Jeffrey
Dahmer.
Dahmer in The Monster. It's amazing.
Wow, that dude's got some acting range.
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's in a lot of American Horror Story shows. I know you're not big on basic cable TV, but I mean those
he's
shows.
Great in American Horror.
That
Story.
show's pretty good.
I've never seen it.
The first season and the third season are probably my favorites. And I don't.
The first season.
I feel like Corey just started like heavy breathing when I said I'd never seen that show.
Corey, we'll have to do an episode.
I mean, it's not my favorite show in the world, but
okay,
that first season of American Horror Story is very important to watch. It's fucking amazing.
Why is it important to watch? Just because it's good?
Well, they base everything they do in American Horror Story off some kind of true story and like culture. Like, the first season is about that murder house in California.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
And a family living in it, and all these ghosts live in it, and it's just really fucking good.
This is kind of off topic, but since we're on the topic of serial killers, I had a question for you, and I know you're the guy to ask.
Okay.
Is it true that the most notorious serial killer in like American history was a doctor who killed like over 500 of his patients?
Oh, that's what American Horror Story Hotel's about.
I mean, I guess
I'm
technically.
pretty sure. I know what he's talking about, but I don't know the guy's name.
Specifically, like killed them like on purpose.
Yeah,
like he misdiagnosed them. Just to perform surgeries on them?
I think he was doing like experiments
there was a guy who literally pretended to be a doctor and lied his way into being a doctor. He didn't even have his license or anything.
Is that what Asylum? Is that what Asylum's about or Hotel's about? Because I think American Horror Story. I think that one of their seasons is about that guy.
Oh, you're talking about the therapist in Asylum. Zachary Quinto's character.
Oh, maybe.
I'm talking like literal surgeon.
No,
type
I know
guy.
what you're talking about,
He
but
would misdiagnose. Yeah, I don't know if he was really like it might be the guy Corey was talking about where he
Yeah.
lied about it, but he would misdiagnose people just so he could perform surgery on them.
Yeah, there's
And,
a
like, at
show
times he
about
would
that right now that's
purposely-
actually really big right now.
Oh, really?
It's
Okay.
called Dr. Death.
Isn't that about Jack Kevorkian?
Is that about Kevorkian? I don't
Yeah,
think
because
that's
his
about
nickname was
Kevorkian.
Doctor
I was
Death.
gonna say Kevorkian was the guy that just killed people to put them out of their misery.
No, the
He-
assisted suicide guy.
He was a great American hero.
He's just
I don't
really
think-
misunderstood.
I don't actually think he was a bad. No, I don't think he was a bad guy at all. I honestly think that should be an option for people that have like terminal illnesses.
Because I feel like
But that's
I
just-
feel like he asked
This
them.
probably
didn't
isn't the place.
he? Maybe he didn't ask them.
No,
I don't
they
know.
Came to him.
Oh yeah, see,
They came to him. He wasn't like a murderer.
Nope.
But
Anywho's he wants it.
yeah, I was like, this probably isn't the place for this
Um,
conversation. Well, until we do an episode about Dr. Jack Kevorkian.
yeah, we can do an episode about Kevorkian. Fuck yeah, I'm on board. We'll just do an episode on.
Don't tease me with getting into true crime, guys.
That wasn't a crime.
I have about 3,000 ideas for true crime episodes.
Hey, we're a pop culture podcast. We'll do whatever.
That's the beauty of pop cultures. It's whatever the
We
fuck
could
want it
fucking
to be,
we
really.
could fucking do an episode about Monopoly. I mean, we won't. But
Mike, are you coming on to us? We could fuck. Whoa.
I mean, listen. I mean, if you guys are down,
we're not Ryan Reynolds, yo.
can you just wear like a Ryan Reynolds mask or at least a Deadpool mask?
Best I can do is 350.
Tree fitty?
Oh. So, yeah, we were kind of talking about. We kind of got off topic a while ago, but we were, we mentioned the opening sequence to the second Deadpool. They pulled the same thing that they did with the first one with the shit that they, the credits in it. I do love that montage in the beginning with the 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton, which is followed up by that fucking scene in the Japanese sauna where all those guys come up with the fucking katanas.
Yeah, did
Oh,
you see
the bathhouse,
Did
yeah.
you see the superior cut version?
Yeah, where
they
they-
2.5 minutes long? It's fucking
He
great.
gets that.
Where it's
He's like,
what?
"Oh, it's in my eye."
That sauna scene that's only like 10 seconds maybe altogether. If you
There's
get
a
the
whole
superior
uncut-
cut, it's
yeah.
like 2.5 minutes of him killing people in that tub scene.
At some point, the blood gets in his eye, and he wipes the dude's towel and is like trying to wipe it off. And the way he
That's
says it
when
makes
he
it sound like he got
reaches
squirted in the eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have seen. I don't know if I've
I
seen
did-
that
I
cut
did-
of it or not.
Well, when I got my Deadpool Bob Ross keychain was when I bought the super duper cut, which is for Deadpool 2.
So I haven't seen this, but have either of you seen the retelling? Where he
I did.
kidnaps.
Yeah.
Okay,
what's
so
his
Fred
face?
Savage.
Was it funny?
Yeah, it's good.
Because I know it's the movie, but he's doing it like Treasure Island style.
well,
but
here's the thing:
forcefully.
one, it's PG-13.
Yeah, I know.
If they had put the movie out like that to begin with, it wouldn't have
It
been
would not have been
a
good.
hit.
No.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I was like, was it funny?
A
Like
lot of the jokes,
because of what it is.
a lot of the jokes weren't nearly as good with the PG-13 going on.
Yeah.
The thing that is worth it solely to me is the extra 15 minutes you get of him and Fred Savage.
Where Fred Savage is like tied up
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
forced. to
Those
listen to the
15
story.
minutes is worth watching that for, but the whole PG-13 aspect, you can't have an entire Deadpool movie be PG-13.
Well,
You just can't.
The reason that's worth it.
But I mean, I get I get that it's PG-13, but I think that's the joke.
No,
Right.
it is. No, they did that.
The reason-
they did that so kids could watch it.
The reason that's worth it is because I have kids in my house too young to watch Deadpool and Deadpool 2. And they could 100% watch that version.
No, I agree.
And
How
kids
young
wanted
is
to
too
see
young to
Deadpool
see those
so
movies?
fucking bad, and I had to tell them no. Obviously.
So I would let like a 12-year-old watch those movies, but that's me.
I
You're
mean, I
not a
would too.
dad.
How young is too young? Now, even if I was, I would totally let a 12-year-old.
No,
watch
I
that.
would probably let
But
a
I-
12-year-old watch them too, Corey.
That's why I'm curious. I'd like what's too young.
12.
See, if I was a dad, my kid, I'd let my kids say fuck and everything. But that's
Yeah, and look how fine you turned out.
I wasn't allowed, dude. I didn't swear until I was 18 years old.
But you're an asshole.
You're a role model for. Wow.
It's almost like I had too
I'm
many
talking to both
rules
of you.
that made me open up
Corey.
and fucking be.
I don't like this.
Yeah.
You just need to understand that Doug is just seriously misunderstood.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not. I'm not misunderstood. I'm very, very, very okay.
You made
with who I
made
am.
him you made him a villain a couple episodes ago. You did this.
No, I've always been the villain, Mike. Anyway,
That's why you're misunderstood. I get it. It's okay.
I'm not misunderstood. I'm
It's
evil.
okay. I'm here for you.
Anyway, I'm
He's
not evil.
therapizing the shit out of you.
He's trying.
No, he's succeeding.
No, you're misunderstood. No, I'm not. Yes, you are.
It's okay. It's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
Pats me on
I'm
the
here
head,
for you
throws me a dog
when you're ready
treat.
to talk. I'm here for you.
I'm sorry. If
Okay.
Sean got through to Will, Mike can get through to you.
There's
That's
no
only
getting
something
through to
that
me.
Adrian would get. He's not
I'm very
here.
comfortable with who I am.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Deadpool 2. We covered a lot of one. Scene in Deadpool 2. Is there anything that sticks out to you guys that you love over everything else? The X-Force?
X-Force.
Fuck that. Yes, that whole
X-Force
thing.
stuff is, yeah.
I love the foreshadowing.
The whole sequence.
They foreshadow so much in this movie that even like I think, which is why, like I feel like the line, "the big steaming pile of foreshadowing," was foreshadowing all the foreshadowing.
Mike, did you see Bullet Train?
No, I did not see Bullet Train. Why?
Oh, you're killing me.
I was gonna go see it, and then I literally was planned and almost bought tickets, and then ended up not being able to go.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
Go ahead.
I'm
I
going to
don't
spoil
care
something,
about
Doug, so
spoilers.
if you don't want to hear it.
Just tell us.
But anybody out there that doesn't want to hear this spoiler, skip ahead 30 seconds. You know how
or
Brad Pitt
less or
showed up?
something.
Brad Pitt showed up as Vanisher for like 2 seconds in Deadpool 2.
Right, yeah.
Well, there's this guy talked about the whole Bullet Train movie that was supposed to actually be on this assignment, and Brad Pitt hates him. He keeps saying, "Fuck that guy." And then at the end, it shows that guy take a helmet off and get out of a truck that's on fire, and it's Ryan Reynolds. That's the only time I see him, though.
No shit.
Yep, he cameoed for him to make up for it.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure
They just did like a.
because I'm pretty sure Brad Pitt did his cameo for free.
Yeah, well, Ryan Reynolds did
a lot
his
of those
also,
guys
and
do it
The
for
guy who
free,
did Bullet
yeah.
Train is the same guy who did Deadpool 2.
Oh, okay. Oh, David
fucking,
Lake. How do you
yeah.
say his last name? I
Leach.
can't ever.
David Leach.
You just said his name. What fucking? Who was in Bullet Train? The name just
Brad
I just
Pitt?
lost
Brad
it.
Pitt. Brad
Yeah.
Pitzer.
He literally wasn't even credited for his cameo.
No,
in
I don't think
Deadpool
Matt Damon
Yeah.
was either.
No.
2. What?
Matt Damon's in
Damon
Deadpool
was in
2.
Deadpool 2.
You know the two rednecks in the back of the truck talking about
Talking
toilet
about
paper.
toilet paper.
That's
That was Matt
that's fucking
Damon.
Matt Damon.
He
they
went on
they
set
put
in
makeup
that fat
on.
suit all day, and nobody recognized him all day.
Oh my god, dude, he's done that in so many
Yeah.
movies.
He does.
Yeah.
He loves to do that.
Him and Ben Affleck, when they were in their early acting days, like before they had their big breaks, they had so many unaccredited roles together in all these movies.
It makes me wonder, like,
That's ridiculous.
what did Ryan Reynolds do to get Matt Damon to do that? You know, like,
Hey, you want to be in this movie?
Yeah. Well, you know, I will. To his credit, he's really good at getting a lot of people to do random fucking cameos.
Yeah, Free Guy's filled with those people.
Ryan Reynolds has a cell phone service now. He has access to what you say to people, and he will hold that against you.
Well, like, it's true. Like, I mean, look at Free Guy. He fucking
Those
got
rich motherfuckers don't use Mint Mobile.
yeah. He got
I know.
he got Chris Evans to fucking cameo in
They
Free
don't
Guy.
even know what service they use. Right?
In fact,
Chris
he
Evans,
got.
that's the only name you came up with? There's
No, I was
8
gonna say-
million cameos
I know.
in
We
Free
got
Guy.
Channing Tatum, The Rock, just to name a few.
the fucking
Hugh Jackman,
the Twitch
John
streamer
Krasinski.
Jacksepticeye was in
Yep,
that movie.
yep. I just, that movie is.
They got all kinds of people.
I can't believe we haven't done a fucking episode on that movie since Doug's a huge video game fan, and
I've never seen that movie.
you've never seen that movie.
No. I thought it was going to be hot garbage, honestly.
Well,
Is it
to be
good?
fair,
Dude,
I
it's
thought it was
not.
going to be hot garbage
it's
too. But
actually
it's
good.
It's really
It's
fucking good.
amazing.
Dude, it's like I always instantly doubt movies like that.
If you liked Ready Player One, you're gonna like Free Guy.
Okay.
It's like Ready Player One with like a lot of comedy.
It is.
So when it comes to movies like that, I'm just always super doubtful because I've been let down my entire
Me
life by
too.
by video game
Well,
related movies
Me
and
too.
TV.
if you plan on watching that movie, then I am not going to spoil one of the coolest moments of it.
No, it's
No,
okay. Go ahead.
No, we'll do Ready Player One and Free Guy episode after Doug sees it.
That's a great idea. Yeah, we can do like a combined episode of both movies.
Dude, I could talk about Ready Player One for like 2 hours easy.
So
I
could
think
I.
we should do separate.
So-
I think we should separate those into multiple.
I'll read the whole books to you too.
We can make maybe we can make
I
it like
would
a 3.
listen to you read. There, we
Maybe
got an
we-
episode. I will listen
Yeah,
to
there
Corey
you go.
read the book Ready Player One out loud. We're gonna start our own
It's a-
audiobook episodes where we'll
it's a
read
bonus
books
good.
to each other.
I'm down.
You got to do voices for all the characters, though.
I'm down for that. I love reading.
I can do it.
This
I just got to get past the coughing first.
yeah,
Most of my best work is from reading from a script anyway. So, anywho,
you're welcome.
yeah, thank you for that. I think one of my favorite scenes. We talked a little bit about it from the second one. Not only the whole domino sequence with the whole like luck and cinematic thing, but like when she gets into that fucking when she gets into that convoy, yeah. And Deadpool's just fucking rattling off all these things. Like, oh, he's on top of you. Oh, he's ripping you open. He's going in through the back. He's inside of you. And she's like, can you hear yourself right now? Like that
The accidental double entendres.
fucking cracks me up so much. And then
Dude, and then the way he stabs, he kills that guy in the Hummer, and he stabs down through to push the gas pedal, and then he looks between his legs instead of turning around is fucking hilarious.
Yep.
That was such a good touch.
I don't know if you guys caught this or not. I feel like you probably did. In that scene, when Cable starts shooting at Deadpool like crazy, he starts like trying to fucking cut all the bullets with the swords. He's making fun of X-Men Origins Wolverine there.
Well, obviously, that's why they had him miss a bunch of them.
He makes that comment at the end. He's like, that was not practical or something like that.
Yeah, they if you pay attention while he's doing that, blood is shooting out of the back.
Oh yeah, and you can see the bullet holes after he's done in his chest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and X-Men Origins
killed
when he
Black
walks
Adam.
when he gets out of the fucking elevator and that's
Or Black. I just said Black Adam.
Black
Wow.
Tom. And that scene in the prison, which Doug loves the entire prison sequence.
yeah, it's so good.
We haven't even talked about that
it is.
yet. But in that scene in the prison when that one guy's like, I'm Black Tom Cassidy, he's like, I'm White Wade Wilson. It's just and Black Tom is one of the people that's on the convoy that Cable accidentally kills when they're fighting, and he's like, oh, you killed Black Tom, you racist son of a bitch.
I was glad they gave the Juggernaut some redemption after what the fuck they did to him in X3.
That was all Ryan Reynolds' idea. He's a huge Juggernaut fan. That's why he voiced him and everything.
He what?
He voiced the Juggernaut.
He voiced Juggernaut.
In that movie?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds doing that voice. With
No
a synth
fucking
machine.
way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I believe you, but I have to look it up.
You know what pisses me off though is one of Deadpool's villains that actually isn't one note and is kind of interesting is Omega Red, and he's in the Icebox prison, and they really don't even they give him one glance. It's the dude with the red symbol on his head.
Oh yeah.
He's like a big character in the comics.
Huh.
Omega Red, yeah, he's like, he's a huge Wolverine villain too. Actually,
Yeah.
Well, you guys talked about your first experience with Deadpool earlier. That actually reminds me. There was this series of on Netflix of different Wolverine versus stories years ago.
Yeah.
And the Wolverine versus Deadpool one was my first. And every time it panned to Deadpool as like the character, you saw through his eyes and everything was like a fucking like acid trip, and he's just like doing shit. And Omega Red was in it too, and that's why I remember that. Yeah. And I was like, I fell in love with Deadpool from that moment.
I love that Hulk versus Wolverine. Deadpool gets his arm cut off by Wolverine and goes, "That's my favorite arm." It's my favorite line in that whole fucking thing.
Oh yeah.
There's so many fucking things he says that are just like, I mean, not even just in these movies, like just all. Deadpool is probably one of the greatest characters that was ever created.
I will say there's a run of like I don't think it's the current run of the comics, but like in the mid 2010s, like early 2010s era, that Deadpool comic writer, I wasn't, where he just constantly like shouted fucking like random slang and chimichanga all the time. I was not a fan of that run.
I was wondering, is that where the whole chimichanga thing came from?
Yeah,
because that's like a big Deadpool trope now, and I'm not. That's probably one of the few things that I don't really care for.
There was, I don't know if this is the series you're talking about, but there is a series where, if anybody out there knows the stand-up comedian Brian Posehn, he's in a bunch of stuff. He actually was one of the writers for a Deadpool run in the 2000s.
Oh, no shit.
No, it was like the 2010s. It was like when I was in my early 20s is what I'm talking about. So like about 10 years ago. It's, the Deadpool video game they made that's like Devil May Cry, basically, where he just screams chimichanga every 10 seconds. Yeah, that game.
I've seen scenes and stuff from that game, though. That game actually looks like it's fun and pretty good.
I mean, it
is fun.
It's Devil May Cry, dude. It's God of War with Deadpool. Like, of course it's fun.
Guys, I could probably go on for the whole night into like morning talking about Deadpool. Doug, did you want to go over the why the prison scene from Deadpool 2 is like one of your favorites?
Okay, so the kid he has like that like fucking like total naive thought of what prison is and how you gotta like be the tough guy and all that bullshit. And he goes in and he just like instantly is gonna cause problems for himself, and he just clings to Wade because he sees what Wade and you can tell Wade's like, get the fuck away from me, but he just like deals with it. So he's like, fuck it, I'm not your friend, kid. And so he does go find the biggest, strongest guy in the prison.
Yeah.
Who I was not expecting was there. Like, that caught me off guard. The fucking, like, it's probably just because Juggernaut was in there, and I knew who it was right away when the kid handed him the fucking thing to, like, help him undo his shit. But it's just the way the kid, like that kid that played Firestarter, he was just he was funny. Like, I loved that kid. He was hilarious in the prison scene.
Did you know that he wasn't allowed to watch his own movie from the country he's from? I think he's from New Zealand.
He's from New Zealand, yeah.
Yeah, he was too young to watch that movie, so they wouldn't let him in theaters, even though he's in it.
His parents also didn't want to know any of his lines because they didn't want him swearing. But they knew he was going to have to, so they just let him do it, and they didn't want to know what he was going to say.
Wow, they're like...
I don't know to this day if they know now, but...
I didn't realize New Zealand was like so strict about stuff like that.
I don't know if it's all of New Zealand. I just know his parents were like that.
Oh, that's fair.
Well, New Zealand's strict about the age limits of people watching movies. That I do know, but...
Can they do it with parental? I don't know if they do parental consent.
I don't know if they... Well, I mean, obviously they can't control it in their own home, but I don't... Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. But
I'm not sure about the parental consent with theaters or not.
Here, you could take a 6-year-old into an R-rated movie if you are their parent or guardian, and you could walk them right into it. That's how I saw fucking American Pie 2 when I was way too young. Well,
that's how I saw the first Blade movie.
Yeah. How I saw Austin Powers 3. It's how I fucking saw Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. It's how I saw...
Yeah, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was the first one I snuck my way into because I told my grandma that it was a cartoon. And she just bought the tickets and went out to the mall.
My cousin's mom, she just like, if my cousins would ask to rent a movie, she wouldn't even question it. She'd just grab it. And my cousin's like, hey, Mom, can we rent this? And had cartoon characters on the front. She's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then as soon as she went to bed, we watched it 7 times in a row.
Oh, my God.
I watched it a lot when it came out.
Oh,
Mine that I snuck into was Euro Trip.
That's a great movie.
Scoozy.
Miss Scoozy.
Great movie.
Fred Armisen.
Yeah, no, I agree. The prison scene's probably one of the best. I love what he's talking about his prison wallet.
I have it hidden in my prison wallet.
And he's like, that's disgusting.
I hate that if you listen while he's digging it out, you can hear the squishing sounds. They like added that in there.
I never paid that close attention. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's quite
and then
disturbing.
just like, because the prison sequence leads up to the fucking bus convoy sequence.
Right. Well, I mean, the first thing, you get to see Cable and all of his badassness.
And I gotta say, Josh Brolin is a master of what he does.
Yeah.
Oh, he fucking
played
nailed it.
Thanos and Cable almost at the same time.
Yeah. Simultaneously.
Between the two characters, I definitely prefer his Cable. Not saying that his Thanos is terrible. His Thanos is
Okay.
excellent.
No.
Dude, he's
But-
godlike at both, man. I'm not
That's
even
what
gonna
I'm
go.
I just probably just because I'm a huge Deadpool fan, and I love those movies so much compared to. I don't watch the Marvel Avengers movies to watch the bad guy.
Who you are?
But all the jokes in that prison between Cable and Deadpool when they're fighting.
Wait,
He's like-
wait. You're not supposed to root for Thanos when you watch the event, those movies.
Well, I mean,
Guys, he
I
has a
do.
point.
I do.
He has a point.
I mean, listen, Thanos is just really misunderstood.
There you go. I was
Okay.
gonna say, Mike, if you missed this opportunity,
Yeah, out of all the characters you've said that about, that is the one that actually you can make an argument for.
But no, I love the jokes. Like, you're so dark. You sure you don't belong to the DC universe?
yeah,
And
I
shit
fucking
like
love that. Zip it, Thanos.
And I love. I just love. He's like dubstep's for pussies, and he's like, "Don't talk shit about dubstep." He starts kicking his.
I love dubstep. I like when he says, "You're from the future, huh?" Does Dupender ever find love?
Oh yeah, the fucking cab driver.
Brown Panther.
Dude, he's like, "I want to be a contract killer," and Temple's like, "What?"
He says, "You are my Tom Cruise," and he says, "And you're my Kirsten Dunst." Kirsten? I like the way he questions himself.
Man.
Deadpool. What it does so brilliantly is the off lines that are just right before another scene. There's this quick, like when he does that Kristen, like he's trying to figure it out in his own head. It's brilliant. Some people really underestimate the in between things, not the punchline, but the line you say right after the punchline. A lot of people don't pay attention to those, but they're always my favorite shit.
I would say, like when you're talking about like those lines, probably one of my favorites that doesn't, like, a lot of people don't really mention this from the first one is, he's sitting there, he's contemplating like his life after finding out he's cancer and all that shit, and then Vanessa's like, "What's happening?" He's like, "I just had a really bad dream." He's talking about fucking. He's streaming that Liam Neeson kidnapped me.
I had
or
a
something
nightmare
like
that I kidnapped Liam Neeson's daughter, and he just wasn't having it.
And then when he lays back down, he's like, they made 3 of those movies. At some point, you just got to wonder if he's a bad parent.
Yeah.
That's probably. I probably use that quote more than any other quote from those movies to describe how I feel about the whole Taken franchise. But
I mean, actually, have you actually watched all 3 of those movies?
nah.
It's not his daughter being taken all 3 movies.
Yeah,
No.
but it's like his ex-wife or
It's always somebody from his family.
His ex-wife gets taken in the second one.
yeah. My whole point is it's just like the same movie 3 times, and
It is. You're right about that.
It pretty much is.
I thought the first one was pretty good, and it's hard
It
to
was.
sell me on action movies as it is when it's just an action movie.
Then he did a movie called Non-Stop Flight or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was
That's
called.
just the same movie.
It was just taken on an airplane.
he dick punched his way through an airplane instead of dick punching his way through Europe.
Honestly, I'm the same way. A lot of just straight action movies don't. It's hard for me to watch one. I need some comedy in there.
Yeah, I'll tell people. It doesn't have to be comedy or anything. It has to be something different. Like John Wick is a perfect example of I will watch every
I
John Wick
love the
ever
John
made.
Wick movies.
I'll watch them all until the end of time.
Yep.
If they make 99 of them, I'm on
Wait,
board till I die.
You like John Wick, even though the whole reason he goes to the first movie is because somebody killed his dog?
I mean, I got to watch somebody kill his dog.
Oh,
That was Theon Greyjoy that killed his dad.
Yeah, that was Theon Greyjoy,
It sure
fuck.
and that's a total Theon Greyjoy move too.
It fucking is.
That definitely sounds
That
like
Bobby
Theon
Young.
Greyjoy. There's a callback.
Invade his house and then kill his dog. Yeah, that's Theon Greyjoy all over it.
I'm pretty sure that's the
All you had to
character
do
that
was
I
leave.
made that comment about when you guys were testing me and Adrian.
What?
Did you know that was Theon Greyjoy?
No, I didn't. Well, no, when you guys were testing me and Adrian on the Game of Thrones episode 8, or Corey
Yeah,
mentioned a quote.
You were like total Theon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Theon Greyjoy. That was like, that sounds totally like a Theon Greyjoy move.
Oh yeah, that was the answer. That was Arya Stark.
Yeah, you totally were. The
Yeah, I
one
remember
time you were so confident. No, that was
You got to go in with
that was
confidence.
Maisie Williams.
Oh shit.
But yeah, nah. So I guess we're gonna have to start doing John Wick episodes.
We will absolutely have to
Oh,
do a John
fuck
Wick
yeah.
episode. So
or several.
the three of us combined are probably like, I know you two are just huge fucking comic book nerds. I'm I'm a pretty big fan of comic books myself, but not like you two. But as far as Deadpool goes, like, I know all three of us are fucking huge fans. So we could go on for hours about this, but I don't think you, the listeners, want to hear us talk about this for hours. So we probably we're gonna kind of like get to a closing here. Is there like for in the future, like, just real quick, in Deadpool 3, obviously aside from Wolverine, what else, like, what do you guys want to see in a third Deadpool movie?
Spider-Man, but we're not going to get that.
You don't think they might get Tom Holland for like a cameo?
I don't think we're ever going to see Spider-Man in the MCU.
At best, a cameo.
I think we might get a cameo.
I'm so convinced Spider-Man's not coming back to the MCU, guys. The way that No Way Home ended, it's just like, it really, like, it was so beautiful, but as I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute, man, this feels like they were trying to take him out.
That's you and I are in the same, like, I remember I brought that point up in our Spider-Man episode, the No Way Home one, and I know Corey was super hardcore against that philosophy.
I don't want that to be the case.
No, I don't want it to be that way either, but it just, I agree that it felt like that was like an easy out.
If that's what they did, it was a brilliant way to do it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't think that's what they were doing.
It really felt like that, and I really hope I'm wrong.
But
that's all
I have heard.
to say.
I have heard some rumblings that Tom Holland is possibly making cameos in current Marvel movies that might be coming out.
I hope they don't Hulk treatment him. Like, I would almost rather the Hulk not even be fucking in this anymore, other than the way that they've turned him into like comic relief.
Well, as far as She-Hulk goes, that's kind of the way. She-Hulk is meant for mostly comedy.
Well, no, She-Hulk is actually predates Deadpool as the first fourth wall breaking hero.
I did know
she does
that.
It a lot in the show too.
Yeah, that's her whole thing. She's aware she's in a comic book, but she's been doing it. I don't know why she's that character, but she's been that character for fucking 70 years.
I'm pretty sure that's why, like, the one big rumor about like Deadpool's first appearance in MCU, they claimed was going to be in She-Hulk because of that same reason, like, because they both break the fourth wall.
He could just literally walk on set. Yeah,
I think they should eventually meet each other.
Yeah, I don't think his first appearance should be in She-Hulk.
I don't think it should be his first appearance. No.
Deadpool is I guess villain wise, like, is there like a villain you guys want to see specifically for Deadpool
Omega
3?
Red.
Yeah, I want it to be Omega Red.
Like, Wolverine's in it. Like, with Wolverine being in it, it has to be Omega Red. If it's not, maybe Sabretooth or something is gonna roll in and he's gonna help.
Sabretooth would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, like, that'd be cool too. Because
would you want them to bring back Liv?
Yes,
Freebird?
Absolutely. No one else could do that. If Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, it has to be Liv. What's his face?
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber.
I know I didn't say it right.
Yeah, like, I always forget his name, but like, if he is the only Sabretooth to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, and I'd be heartbroken to see anyone else in that role.
It's hard for me to give praise to this movie at all, but I think his Sabretooth might have been one of the only redeeming qualities about X-Men Origins.
Most of the acting in that movie was actually okay.
Right, it's just the story was not great, and obviously the whole Deadpool thing was just fucked.
You'll have to watch our collab with Stu World or in someday when that episode comes out.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I know that there's a lot of like, there's a love triangle between in the comics between Deadpool, Death, and somebody else, Thanos, right?
Thanos, yeah.
I don't know if do you think
Death
they would ever?
No.
You don't think they'd ever be able to pull that off?
The whole reason Thanos went for the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Stones was to prove to Death that he was like worthy, and they already did that storyline without her being involved. So there's no chance of that ever being a thing.
I think in Age of Ultron, when Thor has that vision in the pool, and there's that character walking with a robe through Asgard, and they never show the face.
You think that's Death?
I think that was supposed to be Death, but I don't think they ever played that off.
I think they turned around and made that Hela instead.
I think they changed who it was supposed to be. But when Age of Ultron came out, I think they were setting up the Death love storyline with Thanos, because that character was directly involved when he was seeing the Infinity Stones, which would have totally made sense.
Yeah, that's a good point because I forgot all about that scene. I haven't went back and watched the older Avenger movies in a long time.
But I think they either may have changed that or they're eventually going to pay that off. But I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, because they've already done the storyline, so
they did Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet.
And obviously Thanos is dead, but I mean it's comics, so anybody could come back.
Thanos is only really the big bad guy like one major time. Like he's done other things, but
if 10 years from now we end up in a big like Avengers battle off where the villains are Thanos, Red Skull, Zemo, and Kang, great.
I'm not going to complain.
I don't think they're ever going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think it's like the same reason that they introduced Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver the worst way humanly possible, because they didn't think they would ever have the mutants or the Fox side of things.
Right.
Just like, but they wanted something, so they made their own mutants with blackjack and hookers.
I'm still on the theory that because Fox wanted to use Quicksilver in their X-Men movies is the whole reason that Marvel killed him off. I think it was like an agreement they reached.
Well, it was they both had the rights to Quicksilver technically. That's why they were. It's because they were different versions of Quicksilver. That's why the version we got in the Marvel universe was so trash.
I mean, kudos to Aaron Taylor Johnson for trying to pull it off, but it just didn't work for me.
And
I don't think he did a bad job.
Oh yeah, no.
He's working with what he had.
Like look at Elizabeth Olsen. I thought her Scarlet Witch was trash until she was finally allowed to be Scarlet Witch.
Oh my god, yeah.
They got rid of the fucking stupid accent, which every movie she was in, they got rid of it a little bit, so they didn't just erase it over.
Yeah, no, they did that the right way.
Yeah, they were careful.
Obviously she was phenomenal in the last movie she was in.
Just real quick, since we mentioned that a bunch of times in this episode already, that movie, did you guys see that clip that popped up recently that didn't get fully done, but it was like an R-rated kill she did that didn't make the final cut of the movie, but it was just, you saw the guy in front of the green screen and his body just getting folded together and blood exploding like out of him as it happened.
Oh no,
like,
I didn't see that.
They talked about having a lot more of that kind of stuff in that movie because it was Sam Raimi, and
he did record a bunch of things like with an R rating in mind, but they didn't want to go that route. So
listen, if you're gonna do an R-rated Deadpool, they could have done an R-rated Multiverse of Madness.
Well, to bring it back to Deadpool, actually, they shot a ton of scenes with X-Force actually fighting people.
Yeah,
there's footage out there of Zeitgeist like fighting people and Shatterstar fighting people, and
I think as amazing as that is, I kind of love that they just killed them all.
Me too, but one of the trailers they released showed Terry Crews on the street punching somebody, like as Zeitgeist.
So the intention was there at one point.
Yeah,
Bedlam.
Terry Crews,
or they never planned on actually showing that, and that was just completely to throw you off.
Well, the third Deadpool was supposed to be like an X-Force movie.
Yeah, it was supposed to be called X-Force.
That was Fox's original plan.
Yep, they were.
Wolverine was part of X-Force.
That's Rob Liefeld said like 2 years ago. He's like, I think that he predicted that Hugh Jackman would join up with Ryan Reynolds to do a movie eventually as Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, he always said he would.
Even though Hugh Jackman kept saying, "I'm not going to come back. I'm done with it after Logan." Da 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 da.
He was like he was legitimately done, man. He's only coming back because he said he'd do it for this.
I think, they're such good friends, and I think Ryan Reynolds clearly talked him into it.
Yeah, I really don't think he's coming back to be Wolverine again.
Yeah,
I think he's doing one more.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I have hopes that he'll show up at least in one Avengers movie as kind of like a passing of the guard. But
I would like Old Man Logan to show up in a mentor quality.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
but not a whole movie with him in it. I don't want a whole movie, like maybe a training montage, not literally montage,
like an 80s training montage,
like in Kill Bill when she goes and sees the master on the hill. Have that be old Logan training somebody.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got what you're saying. That'd be
Old
pretty
Man
cool.
Logan doesn't have a happy end. The comics are way more fucked up. The inbred Hulks and everything running around like.
Hey, I mean, I know the comics are way more fucked up, but I think that they did a phenomenal job. But Fox somehow pulled it off. They had 3 fucking Wolverine movies to get it right, and they did it. They finally did it in a 3rd one.
No, the second one where he's in Japan learning like fighting Silver Samurai is super good too, because Wolverine
really
not
good
only is
movie.
Wolverine a great fighter, he is one of the greatest swordsmen in the Marvel fucking universe, and that's such an unknown quality of him.
I will admit that I skipped over that one because I heard
Oh
it
my
got
God.
a lot
dude,
of bad
Wolverine's
reviews.
actually a really good movie.
That's because like all the people that bitch about it have no idea about actual Wolverine.
Yep,
They just like,
you're
ooh,
right.
Wolverine, he's angry and yells a lot. It's like, no,
I
dude,
actually,
there's so much
when
more
they
to it.
announced that was going to be like the Silver Samurai Wolverine, I was
That was-
super excited.
Yeah, that was I actually loved that movie.
I will have to go back
Yeah.
and watch that then.
No, it's good, man. It really is. Especially if you find any redeeming qualities in X-Men Origins Wolverine, you're gonna like Wolverine.
well, yeah, like I said, I love Sabretooth.
Wolverine's kind of like the precursor to Logan. It's shot more like Logan, more serious,
Okay.
but it's less like heartbreaking with mood music and stuff. It's more actiony,
Yeah,
but it's a very good movie.
Logan. My only real complaint with Logan was that out of all the villains it could have been, they just used a younger version of himself, and I was like, it could have been Sabretooth. It could have been, because Sabretooth gets, the older he got, he's different from Logan. He didn't get weak. He got more animalistic the older he got. So it would have been a perfect way, like he had to put him down because he just finally.
Is it possible the actor didn't want to do it anymore? Maybe he doesn't want to return to that role.
I mean, it's possible. I
think he's done a lot more serious stuff since then.
Logan was a pretty serious fucking movie.
Well, yeah,
dude.
I meant like serious, realistic stuff, not like comic book related.
Well, did you know that this isn't the first movie that him and Hugh Jackman were in together?
Oh, really? What else were they in together?
There was a romantic comedy called Kate and Leopold where he comes from the past.
Fuck.
God,
And
yeah,
Liev Schreiber
I
is the neighbor.
That's not a bad movie.
No,
It's not a bad movie at all. I
It's not a
actually
bad
really
movie.
liked it.
To be
I
to
just
be
forgot
dead
about
honest, my favorite Hugh Jackman movie isn't even a Wolverine movie. It's The Prestige.
Prestige is up there in my top 10 movies, period.
Yeah, it's
It's a fucking amazing movie.
My least favorite Hugh Jackman movie is the movie I can't even pronounce.
Les Miserables.
Yep, that movie's terrible.
what? That is an all-time classic.
I
Like,
love music.
fucking
I love
class-
musicals, but I got so fucking bored of that movie.
Yeah, I like it.
I made it through probably 20, 30 minutes, and I said, nope, I'm done with this.
How do you love musicals but you hate Les Mis?
Just can't. I don't like it. Maybe
it's not
it's just,
for okay.
Do you not
okay.
like this super fucking depressing story?
that might be it. That might actually be it.
Because it is super
Um,
depressing.
I don't know. I just couldn't get past the first 30 minutes.
I mean, I get it. It's like not everybody likes Citizen Kane, and I
I don't
can
like
understand
Citizen
it
Kane.
exactly.
I
But it's
tried.
like the movie, or
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
for some
it's-
reason.
Like I do. I love Phantom of the Opera. I love,
it's just like Les Mis is like widely considered one of like the greatest musicals of all time.
I
That's
love
great.
Rent. There's
I'm
multiple musicals I could mention.
I'm
but
impressed that you like Rent, Mike. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I'm actually shocked that you like Rent but don't like Les Miserables.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't know. Maybe the music's more upbeat in Rent.
I mean it is.
That's true.
Though it is still about having
If
AIDS.
you like Rent, you need
Yeah.
to watch that Tick Tick Boom with Andrew Garfield.
I mean, you said Andrew Garfield. Say no more.
Yeah. he plays the guy who wrote Rent. I haven't seen the whole thing, but what I did see was amazing.
It's weird. Like Andrew Garfield's not even anywhere close to one of my favorite actors, but he's such a fucking good actor that I would watch
He
anything
is.
with him in it. Because I feel like he's widely underrated.
Before we get too off topic, it probably is time to about wrap this up.
It is.
And your sake.
Any final thoughts on Deadpool before we close this out?
I think Deadpool's cool.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, you're hosting. You can't do it.
Doug jumped into Mike's position, so he had to take his joke.
That's what I do when I'm not the host. I fill the role.
That's true.
Doug's a chameleon.
He's a chameleon,
Thanks for
and he
noticing.
drinks a lot of champagne.
I'm not the champagne. Oh God.
Arizona tea that's not $1 anymore.
No, this is 99 cents at CVS, my guy.
Is it still 99
Yeah,
cents?
at
Holy shit.
CVS.
Because it's crazy. Oh,
they
fuck
can't-
yeah.
It's on the can. It's just
can't
pretty
take it off
fucked
the
up
can.
when they screw with that.
Well, we made 8 billion cans with 99 cents on it. So I guess we have to sell those now.
Fuck, we're only gonna make. Why is this cheaper than water, guys?
That's
You're
a
right.
good question. It takes water to make it.
The main ingredient is water.
There's water in it. Yeah.
It's literally premium brewed blend of green teas using filtered water is the first ingredient listed.
It probably costs more to make that tea than it does the bottle of fucking water you buy. I'm just saying.
23-ounce can. 23?
We're off topic anyway.
23?
Yeah, that's weird.
Corey, anything you'd like to say about Deadpool other than he's cute?
He's awesome.
These may be 2 of the most rewatchable movies I have in my repertoire. I've watched them over and over and over again, and I won't stop. I actually just watched the second one a couple weeks ago because I was just sitting on my couch and didn't know what the fuck to do, and I turned it on. I don't know. I love these movies so much. Like when the first one came out, they did this brilliant advertising of making it seem like a romantic comedy
Yeah,
to take your girlfriend to.
because it came out around Valentine's Day.
Yeah, they had all these ads where they're like sitting on park benches with autumn leaves falling around, and it says he has cancer, she wants to save him, and love ensues or something like that. It made
Yeah.
it look like a romantic comedy. And that's why that joke is in the movie. I know what you're thinking. This is supposed to be a happy movie, but that guy just turned that other guy to a fucking kebab. That's why that line's in there, because they did that ad campaign. But these are 2 of the most rewatchable movies ever made, and I hope the third one follows that suit.
Can I share my actual final thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my other than it's cool, it truly is. I just had to joke with Mike a little bit there. I love these movies. I have not seen them nearly as many times as you guys, which is why there was a lot of periods where I was quiet and just letting you guys go because you know the lines way better than me and whatnot. And I didn't want to like fucking destroy the back and forth there. I mean, it's just like I don't want to interrupt the flow you guys had going, and I don't know the lines like you guys know the lines. But I've seen these movies a bunch of times. I love them. I have argued with so many people that 2 is just as good, if not better than 1.
I've
many
had to too.
But I am just so thankful for these movies that proved that R-rated movies have a place in mainstream fucking media, and they can do amazingly well given the fucking chance. Movies like Venom and shit need to fucking take this example and embrace it.
Yes. Jesus.
There was a big conversation about them making Venom rated R, and then they backed out of it.
Both movies, they said it'll be R, don't worry, and then they
It
switched
pissed the actor off so much. He was so upset when they cut it to death. He didn't even want to.
I don't like to give Adrian a lot of credit because he's a douchebag, but
Oh yeah, by the way, everybody, fuck Adrian.
no, don't fuck Adrian. In his YouTube video for Let There Be Carnage, he said that movie, and actually in our episode where we kind of talked about it, he said that Cletus Cassidy didn't get to be the psycho he should have been because it was PG-13. And I kind of disagreed with him at the time, but after rewatching it a few times, he's right. Cletus Cassidy should have been way more brutal. I don't think Woody Harrelson did a bad job for what he was given.
No, I think Woody Harrelson actually did a really good job.
Cletus Cassidy was way more fucking insane. Like, he was literally a serial killer, skin people alive, eat their goddamn organs. He's
a
crazy.
psychopath, and he was embedded with a symbiote that touched Deadpool by accident once, which is why it was so crazy.
I enjoy both Venom movies for what they are. Like, I don't hate. I don't understand the hate that they get. Honestly,
they ain't getting rewatches for me anytime soon.
I haven't rewatched them much, but
I think the first one is more rewatchable than the second one.
Yes,
but
still better than Spider-Man 3.
I disagree there.
I don't think there's a single comic book movie that I would rather watch Spider-Man 3 over. That is Marvel Cinematic Universe related.
Yeah, I have nothing good to say about Spider-Man 3 except it should have been better. That's all I have to say.
I mean, we did get one of the best memes ever.
No, I'm taking this opportunity when Adrian isn't here to shit on it even more.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I do love it because of Bully Maguire. Oh fucking Jesus!
Just because you guys are brothers doesn't mean you gotta
He's still my brother. I still got to do something for him.
You're stepping up to defend the worst.
This is Adrian. Every time we start talking about Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi films, Sam Raimi. Yeah,
that was a good one.
I can't say much. That's how I am with Marvel altogether. So.
Yeah,
it's true.
Corey, do me and you defend Marvel too much? No, it's Adrian who's wrong.
Yep, that's right.
I think, Corey, to your comment about Deadpool 3, as long as Ryan Reynolds is at the helm and him and Kevin Feige talk, I think with how successful the first two movies were, I think Kevin Feige is going to give Ryan Reynolds a lot more creative control than he gives most.
I'm going to say this. Kevin Feige's not an idiot.
No.
Yeah, so I truly believe that these movies will still fit with the other two. Or the third movie will fit with the other two.
Brilliant man, and he knows when to give control to who to give control to.
And that's why, he said Deadpool 3 will be rated R. Like, he made sure the fans knew that. And naturally, like I think it was Doug and I that maybe it was me and you, Corey, I don't remember. Where the Deadpool movies, the standalone Deadpool movies have to be rated R, but if he makes like an appearance in another Marvel movie, it doesn't have to be rated R.
No.
You can kind of PG Deadpool enough without ruining him, as long as he's not the whole focus.
He can fully do a 5 to 10 minute scene. PG-13
if his name is on the title, it better be rated R.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. If he's on the cover, his name is on the cover. Yeah, it should be rated R.
Yep.
But I can do with cameos where he's not making the super crude jokes. Plus, he can use so many innuendos to mean the same thing, and it's PG-13.
I would even love if they did kind of what they did with him, what they kind of did with Nick Fury at the end of the end credit scene of Infinity War. Like they cut him off when he was like mother, and he turns into dust.
Yeah,
like they could do something like that too. Like it doesn't always have to. They can be coy about it. They don't have to fucking, But as a huge Deadpool fan, love both movies. Excited for the third one. I cannot say enough nice fucking things about these movies.
What would you say about the Deadpool movies, Mike?
They are fucking awesome. I'm not even gonna. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. They're so fucking awesome.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. I thought you wanted to do your thing.
No, you already did it. It's fine.
Is it fine?
It's fine. Now, if you guys want to talk with us and share your thoughts on Deadpool, please do. Corey, where can they do that?
On Facebook, it's Culture Shocked Podcast. On Instagram, it's Culture Shock 21, and on Twitter, where you'll definitely get a hold of me all times of the day. I will talk to any of you about any of this. It's CS Podcast 21. Please get on there and talk to us about what you think of Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and if you don't like them, just go ahead and fuck off and don't comment again. But
I disagree.
Also, hey, thank you, Doug. And if you can go ahead and go to wherever you download your podcast and give us a nice little 5-star review and even write a little review for us if you'd like, that would be great. Thank you.
Oh, also, assault all of your friends and family with our show. Make them listen to it. Tie them down like Fred Savage and make them listen. And Once Upon a Deadpool.
That's nice. Nice touch. Yeah, I guess that's it. There's no Adrian here to plug his garbage YouTube channel.
And if you do miss the sound of Adrian's voice, since he hasn't been here for the last few weeks, you can find him at Baker Reviews on YouTube. That's youtube.com/Baker Reviews. I'm sure he'll have a video out within the next 6 to 7 months. So
Baker Reviews.
He might be on another episode by the time he releases a video.
So I think that's going to do it here for us all at Culture Shocked. Thanks for listening.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead? That name is awesome!
You're still here. It's over. Stop listening. Were you expecting Adrian to show up with some kind of inkling of what next week's episode is about? Go. Oh, but I can tell you one thing, and it's a bit of a secret. Next week's episode, we're going to big secret. Shh. Now go. Chicka chicka.